Hi guys, hello, welcome into today's stream. I'm starting off with just this to show you my new lens. Finally came in. I ordered it during Black Friday, but was I didn't notice that it was out of stock and it was like for pre-order, so it took a while until it arrived. So I have a new lens now. It looks so much better than the old one. Like the one I had before was the standard lens for Sony. It's a little bit wobbly. The lens is a lot bigger and heavier, so I think that's why it's like a little shaky on the mount now. So my setup is definitely a work in progress. I shouldn't move my arm so much on my desk. So, but yeah, I got a new lens. I love it. It looks so much better than the other one. The quality looks much better. I'm not sure how to feel about it being better quality, to be honest. But look at that autofocus. Look at it. It's so good. It's so fast. It's amazing. I should probably get one of those lenses for my actual desk cam too, because the autofocus is so good. Look at it. You can see everything so clearly. I can only recommend these. They're actually budget lenses. So the the brand is called Viltrox, Viltrox, and um the only thing that I don't like about the lens is that it has like the fixed view, so I cannot zoom in or zoom out with the lens. I think that's the only thing holding me back from getting one for this camera right now, because I do need to zoom every now and then. But my lens is covered by the chickens. My face is covered by the chickens, but that's fine. I think you will see enough of my face for the next 2.5 hours or so. So that's all good. But yeah, the autofocus is crazy. I can, if you guys have a camera, if you guys are looking for a new lens, I can, and like are on a budget like I am, I can only recommend the Viltrox lenses. I have another one which is like 40, no 52 millimeters that I used for my Evo 75 photos. I'm actually pretty surprised how good the quality of Viltrox is. This lens cost me during the Black Friday sale, cost me like 100 euros. So very cheap. Very cheap, especially in comparison to the original Sony lenses. They're compatible with Sony, with Fujifilm, with one other brand too. Was it Nikon? Maybe it was Nikon, but it looks amazing. Again, absolutely in love with the autofocus. It's so fast, so clear, and I actually like this lens more than my Sony lenses. But yeah, I am not paid to say this. I'm just genuinely very happy with this one. The only thing I need to figure out now is just the shaking. Because I think now my camera is a little bit too heavy for the mount, so it's just shaking around. But yeah, did I get my nails done? No, this is actually the color I've had for the last 2 weeks or so. I'm planning to redo my nails in the coming week before I leave and go back home for the holidays. Probably going to go for some kind of Christmassy color, like maybe a mix of dark red and green. But I still haven't decided on yet. You look so pretty. Thank you, Carol. It's the lens. I swear it's the lens and the camera setup and like the lighting setup. I am absolutely in love with this lens. I will not stop plugging this. Totally get a Viltrox lens, guys. It's only 100 euros. I think for like regular pricing, it's like 120 or so, but still very good value for what it is. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys before I start streaming, like start building, because I got a very exciting build today. And as always, I have not done my research, so I thought we could do this together. Because today I will be looking at the NV-70 by GDK Lab. It will be my first FRL TKL keyboard. It's my first keyboard in that layout, which I am very, very excited for. I was eyeing the Neo 70 forever, I think. I was eyeing it ever since it came out. I'm still sad I didn't get one because I love the layout. Usually I say TKL is too big for my desk and I like my mouse space, but I might make an exception for FRL TKL because something about it is just really looking so good to me. I cannot explain it. I just like how long it is. Like it's so compact but also long at the same time. This is a little bit smaller than your usual FRL TKL, I think, because this is like on this side. I don't know if you guys can see. Where's my mouse? My mouse is not showing up. But as you can see, like the part without the nav cluster, it's actually a 60% keyboard. Usually you have 65%, and then or am I yeah, usually it's like 65%, then you have the nav cluster, or am I lying? No, I think for FRLTKs, I'm just talking out of my ass again. But I like the long look. I like the way it looks. It might be a little bit too wide for what I usually go for, but I think I will sacrifice that for how cool it is. It has a lot of like LED and RGB accents. I think that's pretty cool. So, so that's what this keyword is. Do you know nylon? I don't know. I don't not know nylon. What is nylon or nylon? Is it nylon? 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 But no, I don't know it. Tell me more about it. I just built my new 70 and so confused why the layout is more popular. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Carol, because I've been waiting for another FRL TKL to be released that I am like interested in. I love the side profile of this, at least in the product photos and like the promotional photos. I do like that it reminds me of a car, kind of like from the back, like sports car, if that makes sense. Not that I know shit about cars, so I might be wrong, but it just reminds me of it. Look at it. Look at this very long light RGB accent. I think that's pretty cool. So, oh, hi Shishi. Thank you very much for the snack time and the hydrate right upon joining. I still got my bag of peach rings, so I need to finish that first before I move on to any other snacks. Hi Matt, how you doing? If you don't know nylon, you're missing out. It has 911992 gen kind of taillight. Exactly. Thank you. I don't know shit about cars. Again, I might be wrong, but I do think this looks very sports car-esque, and I'm digging it. Not into cars usually, but car design like keyboards, I can befriend myself with that. So it's available as a Windows keyless or Windows keys version. I think I'm not sure if they're showing the coolest part that I've seen in the layout options. Let me see. This is the one. So it's a multi-layout PCB. It supports split left shift, which is the most important part, in my opinion. You can have split backspace. You can have the ISO enter, of course. You can go for a short enter and then have an FN key, an additional FN key instead. Oh, now my mouse shows up. Okay, great. And you can actually use that part as a numpad. So if you are okay with using 60% keywords usually and like no dedicated no dedicated arrow keys, you can actually use the entire right side as a numpad, which I think is a really cool idea. I have not seen any promotional photos with that layout yet, so I'm not sure if it really works out for all the PCBs or if this bottom part is exclusively solder. It does say in terms of layout, both hot swappable and soldered PCBs are supported, offering compatibility with split backspace lift. So it should be working. It also allows switching between the right side nav, cluster, and the pad zone, providing greater flexibility for different user preferences. So if I'm not completely misunderstanding this, it should be possible even with a hot swap PCB, which I think is really cool. So you just have a lot of different layout options with one single board. Always a fan of that, especially with like the optional numpad. I know a lot of people need a numpad. I think the only thing I'm seeing an issue with, maybe in terms of practicality, is the one unit zero. Most people I've talked to who like having numpads, they like the full size zero because they say they just keep mistyping if it's just one unit. But nothing you could not get used to, right? I think possibly. So yeah, I did get one. I'm not listed I'm not listed under the content creators. That's okay. It's fine. It's Alex Soto, Scoop Bar, and Captain Sterling. But alas, look at me. I have one too. And I was hoping for lilac. I was hoping for lilac, silver, or dark gold, simply because I have more keycaps to actually match those colors. I got spray coated yellow because they said is very mango like, is a very mango color, so I should get the yellow, which I think is very cute. It was a very fun interaction. I was just struggling to find matching keycaps. I don't have a lot of yellow keycaps, I'm gonna be honest. So what I did is I reached out to Monaco Keys. I reached out to Key Gem at the same time because I was struggling. I knew I wanted to build this board this week before I leave for the holidays, and I was scrambling to find a keycap set. And I reached out to both of them, and both of them said yes. So now I have the complete opposite problem of having two keycap sets that are like kind of matching yellow keyboard. But you can help me decide. Do you have a navy keycaps? I do now, because I got the new Monaco Keys Crime Scene keycaps here, which are navy base color with yellow legends, which does not really translate well, or like does not really show up well on the packaging, because the packaging just shows white legends. But I'm gonna open it up and show you guys beforehand. Let's fucking go IKEA build today. Exactly. I was going for a mango build, but turns out I'm just building an IKEA board today. Not sponsored by IKEA. Let me open this up and show you guys. IKEA build, possibly. You guys have the choice of two different keycap sets. In the build command, it says Monaco Keys right now, but nothing I could not change if I wanted to. Let me just, it's this one. So first of all, packaging is really nice. Reminds me of PBT Fans packaging. I like it a lot. It's very, very sturdy. So it's like more, it's not really navy. I think it's a little bit too dark to be navy. What do I know about colors though? But it is more of a dark blue. Please focus. More of a dark blue, and then it has yellow legends and also yellow accents. It's called Crime Scene. It's completely in like German layout, but also available in regular US legends if you guys are interested, because I think this is a really cool set itself. So possibly an IKEA-ish build, a little bit too dark to pass off as IKEA, I guess, but good enough. And the other set I have is, as you can see, I have not opened up any of them yet. This is Pelican by PBT Fans. So the problem I have now is I received both sets, so I have to make videos for both sets. I will have to try both sets on the keyboard at some point. We just have to decide what I will be going for the initial build. So this is Pelican R2 actually, and this is also a very yellow set. Started off with 0 yellow sets, now I have 2. I'm ready for another yellow board. Let's fucking go. Seeing this type of packaging makes me envious. I get it, because this is my favorite, one of my favorite kinds of packaging. I think my absolutely most favorite would be Domi Keys, because it's kind of like this but square, so it's even more space saving. I can show you guys in a bit, but this is the second yellow set we have. Maybe I can also try both, you know? The night is young. I can maybe try both even. 70% is something I can swap around a lot easier than the ND104 we had on Friday. as I tried 2 different configurations for that one, maybe 3 if you count like different switches, and it took me more than 3 hours. So this will be much easier, much faster to swap around. So maybe I will just try both, and then you guys can let me know which one you prefer. But yeah, what I usually do for keycaps that are just flying around, or where I don't like the packaging is I get this. This is kind of like the dummy key packaging. It's a little dirty, sorry. It's a little dirty. Hi Eisenheim, how you doing? Hi Aminuji. PBT fans does their packaging really well. I agree with that. That's why I'm saying with the Monaco keys packaging reminded me a lot of PBT fans. But this is kind of like the dummy key packaging where it's somewhat square-ish. It's not completely square, but more square-ish. And then you have different layers as well. It stacks on top of each other. I got this off of AliExpress, this one. I got a loose thread. I got this off of AliExpress, and I get like a bunch of them just to put my loose keycaps in there and have like store them in a more space-saving way. Look at it. And the bad thing about it is it comes only with 3 tiers, which is enough for I think 145 keycaps. That's a little bit, it's not enough for most of my keycap sets, unfortunately. So I have to get like additional ones and then stack them on top just to have like more layers for one keycap set. But this was like €4 maybe. So a pretty affordable option if you want to rehome your keycaps, in my opinion, because I'm not a big fan of just throwing them in a bag or throwing them in a box, because I think it's annoying to like pick out every single one, but that's just me. So I personally would say go for this if you want to rehome your keycaps and don't have a cool box that comes in like PBT fans or Monaco keys in this case. Every day I hear DMK, I regret not being able to get the DMK Jade set. DMK Jade is my absolute favorite dummy key set. I've since got like 3 more of those semi-translucent keycap sets from them, but Jade is my all-time favorite, and I'm gonna be really honest, I don't regret it one bit. It was really expensive. I paid almost €200 for it, and I didn't even get the novelties. I didn't even get the space bars. I just got the base kit. It was so fucking expensive. It was my first keycap group buy. I don't regret a single thing about it. It's very pretty. Not trying to give you more FOMO, Dilao, but it's a very, very pretty keycap set. So I think KP Republic had like the all-in-one set still available for the longest time, but it was like 300 something. I think even close to 400, and I'm not sure if I would spend. I'm not sure if it's pretty enough for to spend $400 on it, but depends on how much you want it, I guess. That's me too. A bag for caps is too chaotic for me. I like them organized. Same. Thank you very much, because I've seen a lot of people do like the bag thing or like the box thing, and I think it's very good for having organized in a shelf. So it's a little bit more space saving, but it just takes, I think Alex does it too. I've seen Alex grab like a box of just loose keycaps sometimes too, and I get it just to save space, but personally I just think it takes me too much time to find all of them. I got PBT Fuji, EPBT Fuji, and it came in a box because I got it like aftermarket, and I tried to use it once. I don't know if you guys remember, and I almost crashed out because I flipped like the same keycap 10 times and tried to check it out. So probably a skill issue again, probably just me, but I'm a much bigger fan of those dummy key like keycap storage thingies, and then I just have a bunch of them lying around and use those for the keycaps that I want to rehome. Thank you very much. Made by Mand. I'm not sure what the X stands for, but thank you very much for the follow. I tried buying from KP Republic with they had the set when they had the sets, but I couldn't check out for some reason. I just gave up. Oh no, that sucks. I wonder if it's because they didn't update like the product page with their stock, but then because it was already out of stock, it actually like prevented you from checking out. I wonder if that was the problem, because it showed up as in stock for a very long time. I still remember that, and I was also very surprised because I thought Jade was super popular. So I was wondering why it was like available for so long. But Unikeys had it too for some time. Unikeys had J2 for some time, but Unikeys sold out pretty fast. Because I was wondering, I was like thinking about getting like an add-on set for the space bars. Like novelties I can live with if I don't have them, but space bars is actually a huge thing for me personally because I just have so many different keyword layouts. So I like to be more flexible with different spacebar compatibilities. But alas, I did not, so I'm just stuck with the base kit, which is totally fine by me too. Okay, let's start with the NV-70. It comes in a nice carrying case. Reminds me of the one for my QK80 Mark II, to be honest. Like just color wise, because it has that. I'm kind of matching with it. Kind of. It's a little bit warmer, but yeah, it comes in this beige carrying case. I haven't opened it up yet. I don't know if it comes with stabilizers. The Keybay Tech website didn't really show the included contents, so I'm not sure if it comes with stabilizers or not. I hope it does. But oh, look, it does. Great. I hope these are stabilizers. Perfect. Comes with screw-in stabilizers. Very good. Then we have, it's VIA compatible. That's also good. We have like a little manual with specs, so it shows you the angle too. It's an 8-degree typing angle, 16.7 millimeter front height, and then the back is 32 millimeters. I think this side is in English. Yes. Also shows the package contents. So you have the keyboard case, you have the carrying case, stabilizers. It even comes with the screwdriver, silicone kit, probably the gaskets, then the PCB, a plate. I don't know what material the plate is. That's why I didn't add it to the build command. I will update it once I figure that out. I couldn't find any information on it, but so you have the plate, you have some foams, a cable, and the manual. Here's all the layout options, at least with the numpad. And then just how to use it in VIA. Some social links as well. It's not really a manual because it doesn't show you how to build it. But so if you don't know how to build keywords, you're kind of out of luck there. But at least it's something. It's more than I had with the previous boards. Oh right, I forgot. She also redeemed Hydrate, and I just had my peach ring. As always, I have a cup of boba here. My boyfriend and I made my streaming days our boba treat days, so that's the only days we order some boba for us. So today I have taro jasmine milk tea again. I didn't know what it was. My boyfriend just ordered it for me while I got ready, so this was a surprise. Very yummy. It has like fresh taro puree at the bottom, so it tastes really good. Okay, so I have the cable here and a screwdriver. I don't think I will be using the screwdriver because I have an electric one that's a little bit easier. But I think it's always cool when it's included, because I don't think it's a given that everybody has, like, chances are high that people who are into keyboards have an own screwdriver set with a lot of bits, but it's like chances are there that people do not. So I like when it's included. Then you have different gaskets even. It has 2 different kinds of gaskets. I hope you can use 2 different kinds. I think that would be pretty cool too. And you have a braided USB-C cable, just your standard cable. So I'll put the cable and the screwdriver back in. If Taro make your build today with any Taro named switches, it's funny you say that, Eisenheim, because I have not decided on switches yet. I was looking at my switches before I started stream, but thought I'll just take my time with it. I was thinking about going for a tactile build and then use the Keyboom Taro milk tea. Was it called Taro milk tea? But they're Taro switches. They're called Taro switches, and I was actually like, they're my #1 pick right now, so I might actually go for a Taro switch for today's build. Free screwdrivers, just like USB-C cables, can't complain. Exactly, can't complain. I mean, at this point, I think that's a very special case though for me. I have too many USB-C cables, but I think as a normal person, I think having a few extra USB-C cables lying around and a few extra screwdrivers cannot be wrong. You know, you always need some kind of cable, so I think it's pretty cool to have them included. Is this silent? It's not silent. The Taro switches are not silent. They're tactile switches, and they're very loud. They're very loud, very, very tactile. I was actually surprised because I wouldn't say Keyboom is known for their like switch quality, I would say. The crystal switches, the early ones, had a lot of issues with the loop pooling at the bottom, like in the bottom housing, and then having like a mushier sound. But with the tactile switches, they actually outdid themselves, in my opinion. They're my favorite Keyboom switches so far. Press them once, please. I need to get the switches first. Give me a second. These are the Keyboom switches. Look at them. Very pretty. Very pretty. I think they're called Keyboom Taro Cream Switch or something. Taro Latte. I think the matcha ones were called Matcha Latte, the linear ones, and these are called Taro Cream, I think. But can you hear them? Oh, I thought it was the keyboard in the front. Oh no, that's my... Wait. I can actually use the keyboard command and it will show you the specs of the current keyboard on my desk. This one is the QK65 Mark III. It is currently built with all foams, PP plate, and Kigik Higambana switches. It's not silent, it's the complete opposite. It's very loud, but it's linear switches. Wait, it doesn't work? Why does my command not work? I just baited you into using the command and it's not working. I'm so sorry. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure I activated it again, because it wasn't working last time too, and then wait, it should be working. Everybody can use it. Command keyboard. Why is it not working? Wait. Let me try myself. I do not like this. It's enabled. It should be working. Oh. The build command works. Wait, I don't want to seem like a liar. I'm gonna show you guys, okay? Let me go into my dashboard and show you. So you have my chat commands here, and these are my custom commands, and you have build, which works because somebody used it already. You can lurk, you can have like links. I can give somebody a shout out, which I always forget. And then you have the Discord. You can find the links for like my discounts, And then you have a keyboard command. See, and it's activated, and everybody can use it. Do my other commands work? Can you guys try the other commands? Unfortunately, this is above my pay grade because I am really not good at technical stuff. So, uh-oh. So why did the build command work for Alouetto, but not for Albez? Mango Kiwi's build command exits. It's just a scam though. I'm still here. It's just your regular scam. Credit card number. Huh. I wouldn't even be surprised if the credit card number command worked, but everything else didn't, even if it doesn't show up here. Well, I will probably have to look into this. Unfortunately, no mod available right now, I think, to check that out for me. But I'll figure that out. Embrace the scuff. Embrace the scuff. Nothing goes perfect in this stream, and this is something I've come to accept, and I hope you guys can accept it too. Oops. Yeah, maybe my bot is just tired. Maybe the Stream Elements bot is just tired. Maybe the command fell asleep because it's barely used. But embrace the scuff. Exactly, Eisenheim. You taught me well. Embrace the scuff. Okay, we have the board. I don't know why there's hair here, and this is not mine. So this is something interesting. This is definitely not my hair. This is definitely hair, though. Is this hair, or is it just some kind of fiber? Not sure where this is. This genuinely looks like pubes, but I just hope it's not. Zoom in on the hair screws. I just needed to show you guys, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm just sprinkling stuff over the boards before I open them. So but yeah, nice color. It's very juicy. Wash hands, please. Go wash your hands. Yes. I probably should. I'm not sure what that was. I really hope that it was not hair. I really hope it was not pubes. But I did not touch the keyboard yet. The keyboard is still packaged. So I'm gonna go wash my hands, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, luckily the kitchen is like right next to my desk, so I don't know what it was. There's not more, but again, I hope it was just some kind of fibers from making the carrying case. Hopefully. But let's move on. Keyboard is safe. Keyboard luckily was still in the foil, in the plastic, wrapped in plastic, so not contaminated. Taste test. It does look very juicy, does it not? It's giving Bumblebee, like the Transformer, because it's like black and yellow. The coating is such good quality. It's very, very smooth. I'm leaving fingerprints everywhere already. I'm so sorry. It has a protective foil, that's good. That's good. I like that. I usually am not the biggest fan of PVD bags because they scratch so easily and like you leave fingerprints on them so easily. So I like that they have like this custom protective film on there, just leaving prints everywhere for good measure. But that's very nice because you can barely see it. It's like the perfect fit. You don't have to peel it off for the back to look nice. So that's pretty cool. Pube mod makes your switches extra scratchy. They make them like cherry-like. Is that the secret to making a switch cherry-like? There's a screw missing. What? I'm missing a screw. Like in my keyboard. Look at this. There's no screw in this one. Wait. Look at this. Everything else has a screw pre-screwed into it, obviously. This one does not. So I am missing a screw. This build is going as well as as all my streams go, I guess. Very on brand. This unboxing is not going too well. Maybe it's good that they did not list me on the list of like content creators. You got pubes and a missing screw. That's a lot of like, you know, you get some, you lose some. It evens out. I got some extra and then the God giveth and the God taketh away, I guess. So how much was this? This was sent to me as a review unit, so I actually don't know how much this will be. Wait, let me look it up again. Let me look up. Is there any kind of pricing yet on the product page? There's not. Group by soon, so I don't know how much this will be, unfortunately. Oh, it is also inspired by a car, so I wasn't wrong. The NV-70 draws its inspiration from Hyundai's 2022 concept car, the Vision 74. So it is inspired by a car, and that's why it looks the way it looks. Ain't no way she called pubes an extra. It is an extra, just not an extra I wished for, not an extra I hoped for, but it was not included in the content list, and it was there, so it is an extra. Extra task to wash the hands. They just wanted to make sure that this keyboard gets touched with clean hands, I guess. That's one way to do it. Okay, other than that though, I'm dying, sorry. Other than the missing screw, it seems like everything else is included. I don't know if you guys can see, it's very glittery too. Does my other camera show it? I need to rely on this camera now for better autofocusing. Wait, this doesn't show it either. But it's very glittery. Even the black parts are glittery. Who's the vendor? Keybay Tech. Keybay Tech will be the vendor for this. I don't know if there are any other vendors currently, but for now only Keybay Tech. Wait, let me see if this can show it better. Ooh, now you can see the glitter. Look at it. Even the black parts are glittering. The black parts are glittering. The yellow is glittering, but I think because of the light you can't really see. But there are little specks of glitter in all of the spray coat. It's very, very smooth. I would say it's even smoother than the QK65 Mark III. Yeah, it's even smoother. That's pretty cool. You know, the more I look at it, the more I actually like the yellow. I don't think it's too bad. Ribbon cables, so 2025, we're doing pubic cables in 2026, like braided cables, braided pubic cables. Is that what's going to be the next wave for keyboard kits? Okay, this comes with the pogo pin connectors though, like cableless here. That's good. I like that. I've been missing this in the QK board, so that's cool. But no screwless case. So unless you're missing all of the screws, possibly, unless you get one of the kits that don't have screws included, even though they should. I found your two missing EC switches. Can you see them? Where are they? Are they on my desk? Where are my two missing EC switches? Please let me know. The original build had two missing. Oh. Oh. Wait, why did it have two missing? What did I not consider? Okay, I have the dongle. It was in the bag with the PCB, of course, but I'm gonna put it back here because the keyboard itself does not have a dongle storage, unfortunately. The original build had two missing switches. I have no idea why I built a keyboard with two missing switches, but apparently that's just what it was. Thank you for letting me know. No build I ever do goes according to plan. Nice. Okay. A flex cut PCB. Not too sure how to feel about that, to be honest. Flex cut PCB and FL4 plate. I don't think there are different plate options as of now. But FL4 plate, flex cut PCB, also flex cut plate. I think for the plate I'm okay with flex cuts. PCB not so much, because I usually like to take out the case foam at least, but without case foam and with flex cuts it might tend to sound a little bit thinner. So I think for the initial build I will just be using all of the foams. You never know. You never know. And then I'm not sure if I can do it next week. Next week I will be back home, so I will not be at this desk, and because of the holidays I think I will only be able to do one stream, so this might have to wait for like 2 weeks until I'm back in 2 weeks, and then I will do some configuration tests. You skipped the two switches on the right side of spacebar. I watched the VOD without audio. I don't know what you were saying. Oh, that's probably I tried the spacebar before finishing putting in all of the switches, maybe, and then I realized that it got stuck, and that's why. Maybe that's why. That's probably why. But oh, and do you guys know? In the last stream, somebody mentioned that I was really quiet that time, and it's because for some reason my like input for my microphone set itself to 60%. I didn't change a thing. I had to go into like the Razer software, and I noticed that it was set to 60% for some reason, so that's why it was so quiet. I hope this time it's better. I double checked before starting, but you never know. So if I'm still quiet, please let me know, and then I have to fix it again. Your PCB is flex cut? Not willingly. I had no say in this. This was sent to me. I had no say in this because I also initially wanted a different color, but I ended up with the mango one. So not too mad about it actually, but hi Toe Popper, how you doing? You're too loud, please mute. Somebody please ban this guy. Time out for you, Kim Jong-un. Go sit in the corner. Okay, but apparently you can also use this with PCB clip-in steps. This is compatible with wait, not PCB, plate clip-in steps, with plate mounted steps. That's cool, I guess, if you are into plate mounted steps. But yeah, I had no say in the PCB. I'm not sure if this will be available without flex cuts as well, because the product page is still not complete, I think. So you don't have any options right now. I hope they go with an option for no flex cut PCB, simply because I think flex cut is something that the Chinese market really likes, but internationally I don't think this is something people usually go for. There's a non-flex cut. I was scammed. I was scammed out of my no flex cut PCB. GDK Labs, you will hear from a lawyer. I'm just kidding. Oh, it's fine. It's fine as long as there's a flex cut less version for everybody else. Should be fine. The steps are pre-lubed. Very heavily pre-lubed, actually. Very greasy. I'm not sure how to feel about that. But because of that, I think I can skip taking everything apart and cleaning it. Maybe I will redo it if after the initial build I don't like the way the steps sound. But for now, I think I will just leave them like that. I'm just going to go with 2 steps, 2 smaller stabilizers, because I want to go for split left shift, of course. And I think I'm going to go for the smaller right shift, and then have the additional FN key right to the right. I think that's what I'm going to do. Extra pubes and loop, what a deal. Exactly. Can't even be mad about the flex cuts anymore, huh? The cuts are for every alpha. Yes, it's a per key flex cut PCB. Isn't that a little bit over the top? I'm very scared to insert the switches, to be honest. Like, in my experience, per key flex cut PCBs are a pain to work with when it comes to inserting switches, because it's also a per key flex cut plate. So everything, when you press it in, everything just gives in, and that just makes the switches not snapping correctly into the socket. I mean, technically, you're not supposed to swap out your switches and like put them in without proper back support anyway, so maybe it's better that way, but I'm lazy, so I like to do that. And so far, no, one board was harmed. So far, only one board was harmed. But I think that's a pretty good quota, you know? One board out of how many? And to be fair, I was actually supporting that board from the back, like this, the hot swap sockets from the back. So I don't think it was me. It was the soldering job on the PCB. What's accountability? Don't know her. Okay, let me get the correct bit first. Needs either foam or tape mod. Technically yes, but then again, if you use tape, then the switches will sound a little bit more muted in comparison to foam. They do have a case foam, so I hope that will help. They do have the case foam, and they have like the ridges to fill in the extra empty space in the case. So I hope it won't sound as bad as I'm fearing it to be. But we will see. Are these? Ooh, they're magnetic switches, magnetic screws too, so that's good. A little bit easier to work with. Hi, HR Toby. Thank you very much for the follow. Do you really work in HR? Does the HR stand for something else? Case foam or case strings? Exactly. This is more like case foam spaghetti at that point. Look at it. It's not really. This looks like my bangs more than case foam, but I think it's gonna need full foam. I think so too. That's why, like, the initial build, I will try to make this sound as good as you can. And I think for that, I will have to put all the foams in. And then for the next streams, I will try different configurations, give this board a chance and try it with less foams. And then hope for the best. I'm struggling with this right now. I'm so bad at multitasking. I'm sorry, guys. I think they added enough flex cuts. No, they did not, because look at this part. The nav cluster and numpep part, it actually does not have any flex cuts. So they really cheaped out on the flex cuts there, huh? Could have given me more. Chat, should I get into HR? Fun fact. My boyfriend actually works in HR. I always say HR is my enemy, but then I started dating my boyfriend, so enemies to lovers arc, I guess. No, I almost lost my screw. Where's my screw? I dropped the screw. I did not. It got stuck. Okay, I dropped it, but it got stuck to the daughter board connector. So all is well in this stream. By the way, I got my Unikeys order and can confirm that HMX Firecracker slab. Ooh. Though not as hard as Milky Way, Milky Way keys eyeball collector, mother of God. I don't think it's fair to compare a keycap set to switches, but I'm happy that you got both, like a set of both that you enjoy. Makes me look forward to my firecrackers. My Unikeys order has finally been shipped, so it should be here in like 2 weeks or so. Just in time for a New Year's stream. So New Year's will start off. I will kick off the New Year with a Switch haul, I think. As long as you get Coldplay tickets. That's wild. Whatever happened to them? See, this sucks about current social media. Scandals are always so short-lived. You never get a good follow-up. You never get a good, satisfying follow-up. Wait. This is a 7-unit spacebar. So I do need to do some fixing for... the strap, I guess. Because the one they use here, that's the standard 6.25 unit spacebar. I need to work on this one. Wait, where's the... Oh, here. The handles to tune my stabilizers. Apparently they go for HR internships, even though that's not what my field is. Wait, what's your field? What's your actual field that you work in? I don't think HR is as bad as people make it sound, to be honest. And me, for my part, I'm very happy to have friends, like not only my boyfriend, I have other friends who work in HR too. I'm very happy to have friends who work in HR. From an employee point of view, it's very beneficial to know your rights. So, computer science, which is pretty cooked as a whole, oh yeah, definitely make that switch. Just my humble opinion. I think computer science is... But I'm no professional. Don't listen to me. Don't necessarily listen to me. But even, I think it's everywhere around the world, but in Germany too. I've heard that computer science, IT, first of all, they don't pay as well anymore as they used to. And people really struggle to find even entry-level positions. So overall, job market is cooked. I think the worst part is that the people who have like the decision to decide, the power to decide and make decisions in the company right now, they don't know well enough about like technical stuff yet. So a lot of them tend to just trust AI way too much for their own good. And they just think, oh yeah, we have AI now. We don't need the IT guys anymore. We can just use AI. And then they just rely way too heavily on it. And I'm not sure how sustainable that is, to be honest. At least that's my experience currently, that a lot of the, I want to say boomers I work with, they just treat anything ChatGPT says like God's word, like God's gospel. They just don't question it at all. And it can be helpful, I guess, in certain situations, but like use your own critical thinking skills, man. Every now and then shouldn't be too bad to to question whatever AI is giving you and verify that information, I think. It's okay, I'm gonna start looking for a cardboard box to live in. Well, even that. Wait, do you guys know that SpongeBob episode where Squidward is homeless and then living in a card box, and even that one gets seized from the police, and then he's left with nothing? With the current state of the economy, I feel like this is also something that might or might not happen in the future. So be careful even with your own card box. What is so ironic about boomers treating ChatGPT as truth is that they were the same people that taught us not to trust everything we read on the internet. I actually had a similar discussion recently with a creator friend, where we were like, yeah, boomers and ChatGPT, they're like besties currently. They just trusted blindly, and it's even wilder because like we both have had experiences at work where boomers were just putting like sensitive information into ChatGPT, unfiltered, unlike like just straight up confidential information. They just put it into ChatGPT, and we're like, do you guys know about like the internet and its dangers? Like, maybe you should not do that. But yeah, this is also something that I have noticed, that it's like they treat ChatGPT as something completely different from the rest of the internet. It's like not part of the internet. It's much more you can trust it a lot more. They just don't question it, and it's like, no, maybe you should still not put confidential information about the company and its customers into ChatGPT, you know? But I'm not sure if that's just our own bubble and if other people are more cautious with it, like more responsible with it. But we were both shocked to find out that it apparently is not a one-off thing. What's going on with this foam? Wait, what am I missing something? Okay, this is really weird because it's definitely the right way around, the way I installed my steps. But you can see here on this baseball part, if it was focusing, you would see at least. Please. Okay, so you can see here that it has like the chips and stuff soldered to the front of the PCB, which is weird a little bit, especially with the placement, because I still want to put the switch pad on it, and then it's not really lying flat on the PCB. So that's something that I don't think I've seen before. That's a little bit odd, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. That also makes it almost impossible to just slide in the foam like this. ChatGPT spews a lot of shit out, but I do think it does more good than harm. It does do more good than harm. Don't get me wrong. I think it's amazing to see how AI has evolved, what you can use it for in this time and age. I just think people should do something like it should not be so publicly available. People should get something like a driver's license, but just for ChatGPT, a ChatGPT license to be able to use it. That's the only thing I think. I don't think everybody should have access to it. Because it does do more good than harm overall. But, oh wait, it actually does not obstruct it because they considered it and made it like the perfect cutouts. If it was focusing, I could show you, but unfortunately this lens isn't really the best at all the focusing. So I'm gonna do this again. So you have cutouts here, and it's just a little annoying if you have already installed the stabilizers to get the switch pad to go over it, but it aligns perfectly. It's not obstructing everything. Same with the spacebar foam. Can put it here, and that it's on top of the PCB actually is not really interfering with anything, so that's good. As a data scientist student myself, that looks a bit too expensive for me to afford it in the near future. You mean the box? The cardboard box? I think we are moving dangerously towards an idiocracy, the movie world with AI. I think it's because so many people rely on AI for the most simple things, and that just makes their brain kind of rot. Even worse than stuff like TikTok or something, but it makes them lose some certain skills, some certain everyday skills, because they just make ChatGPT do it. And that is very concerning, in my humble opinion. Okay, so if I put the switch in, it pushes out the plate foam, which is, I'm not sure how to feel about that. Oh no, I have to cut it off because of this. I have to cut this part off because of the stabilizers. That's why, the housings. Okay, perfect. I think with all the foams, I should be able to insert all the switches with no issues, even with the flex cuts, even with the per key flex cuts. Should be fine. Or another movie is Wall-E. You mean where like there are no humans left? I've never watched Wall-E, but I think it's like those robots and then there are no humans left, right? This would probably be the ideal scenario, though. Unfortunately, I fear it will more move into a direction where this will not be the case. Humans will still be on this earth, on this planet, and use all the resources available for more bad than good, unfortunately. You forgot steps for shift keys. No, I did not. I am doing this on purpose because it's multi-layout and I want to go for... I did forget steps for shift because this plate, the PCB is multi-layout, the plate is not. Thank you, Eisenheim, for bringing this to my attention before it's too late again. I was so happy about the multi-layout PCB. I was so happy about split left shift option. But it seems like for every layout that you want to go for, even split backspace or ISO enter, you have to get a specific plate to accommodate that. And that sucks. Why offer a multi-layout PCB if no multi-layout plate? This could have been done in a better way. I think this could have been solved in a better way. People got full reliant on robots, AI, and Wall-E. Everyone is large and lazy. Getting out of bed to brush your teeth doesn't require a single action from any humans. Oh yeah, in that case, maybe Wall-E was a lot of foreshadowing for the future of humans. Again, I've never watched that movie, so I'm sorry. I just assumed from what I've seen, the videos I've seen, I just assumed that humans went extinct or something, but unfortunately they did not. Plateless on this PCB would be insane. Plateless on this PCB would just make all the keys jiggle like crazy because of the flex cuts, I fear. I'm so bummed about the lack of multi-layout support for the plate. I was so happy with having split left shift. As a European, this is very disappointing. I got so hyped for nothing. But at least the plate supports the numpad cluster thingy, I guess. So not all hope is lost for the multi-layout. They did accommodate, or they are accommodating the coolest feature of this multi-layout PCB, which is either nav cluster or numpad. So at least there's that. Yeah, it's not soldered. Like, at least the switches are soldered. The hot swap sockets, of course, are. I still have not learned how to do that myself. I will, though, in the new year. I already got a soldering pen. So I have no other choice but to do it now, but to learn how to solder now. I will do this in the new year. I still have to get a solder PCB to play around with and practice on. But this is definitely something I'm gonna do soon. Soonish. Hi, Spaceball. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Fixed plate but multi-layout PCB, so there must be plate file to be released after group buy, during group buy, to print a custom plate. I hope so. I hope so. Not that I know where I could get a custom plate, even with like even with the file, but depends on how much I like this board. If there are any files released for multiple, or like multi-layout PCB, multi-layout plate, maybe I will research it, because I do want to use this with split left shift. This is such a letdown. Okay, guys, are we gonna go for the numpad, or are we gonna go for nav cluster? Because if I go for numpad, that means I need to remove that black blocker accent here. I do like the black with the yellow, but to be honest, I feel like this is a little bit out of place. I do think it will look cooler as a numpad. But the PBT fans kit, I'm not sure if it comes with the numpad keys. So the night is young. Maybe I'll try both. Finally caught a stream. Very happy you're here. Thank you very much. Yeah, usually it's just me being able to join your streams because of like time zone differences. But I don't mind it. I always like looking at food, so makes me very happy, especially Asian food. I think seeing you're Taiwanese, so I'm very into Taiwanese cuisine, very into Taiwanese food. So it's always very relaxing to watch you cook. Need to fix this. Fix the foam. If I put the switch here, probably should do it. If you remove the blocker, then the color scheme is more coherent. There's not a numpad for Pelican. But at least Pelican is black and yellow, so it should be okay to use both together. But I think if I'm gonna try the Monaco keys keycaps first. And since that one is like more of a dark blue, I think it makes more sense to go for numpad, because then you don't have the black kind of contrasting the blue and just straight up blue and yellow from the front. The flex keys are killing me. I cannot insert this properly. I probably need tweezers or something to put them in. I'm gonna pass away. Is it my switches or is it the board? Is it the... Because even here, I'm struggling right now. If I break anything, I'm sorry. I might actually break something. It's not looking too good for me today. I like the fact that there's an option to have a normal nav cluster or numpad. Same, I think that's the coolest thing about this board, apart from like the back design, the car inspired back design. I think that's the coolest thing about this board. This hot swap socket felt a little bit too wobbly when I put the switch in. This is concerning. It's very concerning. I try to support the back of the socket with my finger each time I press something in because I'm scared to like just pop the socket out because of the flex cuts. GMK Greg? Honestly, Greg would actually be a good match for this too. I think especially the yellow is like the perfect match for Greg, this shade of yellow. Mango, do crimes. Get a mini grinder and saw through the F4 plate to open the plate more for your desired layout. I did this kind of thing. You did? Did it work out? I fear that if I do it, it will become more of a half plate option. I'll be messing up so hard it will become more of like a half plate thingy here. Asking if you have tried the mode obscura switches. Just want to know how it compares to the highest, and unfortunately not. I'm sorry. I haven't tried any mode stuff yet. No, not the keywords, not the switches, not the keycaps. Sorry. I do want to. I do really want to, especially the keyboards. But I haven't had the chance yet. So I unfortunately cannot speak on that. Maybe somebody else here in chat has and can tell you more about it. Please just go in. Please. Did you enjoy breathing in the fiberglass dust? Come on, at this point, what's a little more dust to breathe then, huh? What's a little bit more microscopic parts to breathe in? You know? It's like a little bit of seasoning on top of the existing microplastics and stuff. So safety is very cool. In theory it is. In theory it is. I'm too lazy for safety. That's why the builds I do go the way they do, unfortunately. Don't try this at home, kids. Listen to Albus. Safety is very cool. Thank you for the follow, Jojo. Thank you for coming here to see me struggle. I have to be very careful because it is still a multi-layout PCB. Some of the switches have like not the north-south orientation, but east-west instead. I don't want to break anything. What the fuck do you mean in theory? No, you're right, Albus. Safety is very cool. Always go the safe route if you can. Don't listen to me. I'm just a very lazy person. Oh, by the way, I remember I promised you guys to try the HE keyword until this week. Of course, I have not. Unfortunately, I have not. I have not had the time to do that, so this will be something I will do for the new year. Also, I haven't gamed in forever. I just recently picked it up again-ish. I've never been that big of a gamer. But my boyfriend and I have found some friends to game with. The downside of it is that all of them, both the friends and also my boyfriend, they are avid gamers, have been for years, so they're pretty far ahead when it comes to like the learning curve. So I just get thrown into lobbies with people who are much better than me, and I just usually just get stomped. So my learning curve is a little bit flat so far. Yeah, I have picked up Valorant for 2 or 3 months. Then we just stopped, and it's been half a year or so. So I think before I can judge how good an HE keyboard is, how useful it is, I think I need to bring my skills up first. What a waste of an HE keyword, huh? But yeah, I haven't had the time for that yet. I know I will for the coming week. I did not, because life is nothing but an endless loop of chores. Um, yeah. With the new job, usually I get to just get off work and then I go to the gym, or I need to go grocery shopping, I need to do laundry, or there's like some cleaning that needs to be done, then cooking, then prepping more stuff, and then I need to shower at some point too. And then I'm tired, and then I need to go to bed early because the next day there's work again. And I also need to film, I need to edit. Why are there so many things to do and just never stops? Because, you know, usually we hang up our laundry like here in the back, um, and we just move it for the stream so you don't have to see our laundry chilling. Um, but at this point, it's like part of the interior because you finish one like load of laundry and it dries, and you think you can put that thingy away, and then the next load of laundry is calling, and then we just whip it out again, and then it's just a permanent part of the interior by now. So life as an adult is an endless loop of chores. So yeah, that's why I haven't had the time to do a lot of gaming, especially with like videos that I have coming up. I have filmed for the ND-104. I have had to do that too. I still haven't edited it. I still need to edit that one. And I also struggle with setting up this camera and this lens. So a very long way to say I will give you guys a review of an HE board, but not anytime soon. You one follow away from Gold Mango. Can I get keyboard for free? At some point you might. I still need to sort out all of my keyboards. You know, at this point might as well do like a huge giveaway or something. If you guys cover the shipping, why not? But it's just budget keyboards though. Can only afford to give away budget keyboards. This is the wrong bit. I need... What's the bit? This one's too big. Pretty sure it was this one. Pretty sure it's this one, but it seems to be... Is it too small? No, it should be the right size. I call dibs on Neo 60 Core. Jokes on you. I don't even own a Neo 60 Core. I wish I did. I don't. So... Makes two of us who want that keyboard, huh? I too call dibs on the Neo 60 Core of whoever is going to give away one soon. Wait, I need to... This is a little bit weird. The screws for the stabilizers are magnetic. These aren't. So I need to be really careful about getting them out so I don't lose even more. I'm already starting with one missing one, so it's like already starting at a disadvantage. Can't afford to lose more. Kind of tempted to impulse buy Neo 60 Core. Do it. I'm the last person to say no to a keyboard. To somebody coming to me and saying I want to buy a keyboard. Do it. Is there a color you want to go for? Is there a color you prefer? You have your eyes on. I really like the teal color. It's very out there. It's not in tune with the colors I usually go for because it's so bright and saturated, but something about it I really love. So my personal favorite for Neo 60 Core would be teal, I think. Go Farlight 84, I think you'll enjoy it. Also, that's a game. 84 may seem like an HE or a 75 to 84 layout board. It's not. I haven't heard of Farlight 84. What makes it so special? But yeah, I wish I could give you guys a review on how good HE really is. One of these days I will be able to do that. Right now I can only tell you guys whether or not the switches are decent. And my verdict is they're not. Okay, the fun thing is there's one screwdriver included in the kit, one singular screwdriver, but as you can see I have needed 2 bits so far. This is the third one that I need. So even though one screwdriver is included, you cannot actually use it for the entire build. You still need extra ones. So I'm not sure how to feel about that. I think if you are going to include screwdrivers, at least include all of the needed ones. Like all or nothing. All or nothing. What's the point of including just one but not the other? Because you have a different bit for this blocker, then you have a different one for this for the case, and then also a different one for the stabilizers. I mean, technically you can use clip-in stabilizers if you want to get your own. Ooh, this is very heavy. Actually, this is a lot heavier than expected. Has some weight to it. That's nice. Put it back before I lose it. Okay, I'm gonna use the little tadpole-like gaskets first, and then afterwards I will try these gasket sleeves. It's very annoying with the autofocus, so I need to do it like this. These are little gasket sleeves, and I will use them afterwards. I only want it because it's like the only black 60% that you can buy in the past year. If you can wait a little, if you are not pressed for time, you can wait for Zoom 64. Zoom 64 will be 60%. It's work in progress, and it's going to be available in black as well, so maybe that is something I can interest you in. Though I feel like Neo 60 Core, of course, design-wise will look a little bit prettier than Zoom, but as always, that's personal preference. Very much personal preference. It looks a little bit like a smaller version of the Dyna. Like Dyna is the TKL Dyna's little brother. This looks kind of cooked, not gonna lie. It's an acquired taste. Oh, it's already blinking, so at least it's working. Keycap time. Gonna go with Monaco keys first, and then maybe afterwards I can try putting the blocker back in, and then I will try Pelican. I also need to try the other gaskets. Farlight 84 is a hero-based battle royale shooter, kind of like Apex Legends, but it's more fun in my opinion. Ooh, I like battle royale. The only game I've ever intensely played was PUBG, but for like PUBG Mobile, because back then I didn't have a PC yet, so my friend convinced me to play PUBG Mobile with her, and that's the only shooter game I played pretty much every day for a year or so. Played it every day for a couple hours, and I got pretty good at it. Okay, I was pretty good at it. Unfortunately, that did not translate to the PC version. Sucks to be me. But yes, turns out if I have the skills to possibly win a sweaty game, I actually enjoy them. It just takes a while for me to build those skills. So I just need to pitch this to my friends. I also downloaded Where Winds Meet, but I got stuck at character creation. I downloaded Where Winds Meet because I thought it looked so pretty, and I like everything, all of the games that are kind of like folklore based or like historical, have like a historical background. So I downloaded it, and then I played the tutorial, and then I got stuck at character creation because I was a little bit overwhelmed with all the options. So I still need to do that. I don't know, maybe if there's time today, if I don't absolutely pass away after the stream and run into more issues, maybe you guys can help me with character creation. I always say that and then I just don't do it anyway, because I don't know if you guys would be down for like gaming streams. I'm a pretty boring person. I'm not very good at gaming. So if you guys want to see me game, let me know. If you don't, that's fine too. I'll just do it on my own. Because my boyfriend has been kind of hounding me to finish my character creation, because I promised him to do it because it's multiplayer and we wanted to play together. It takes me forever to finish it. Why not do gaming streams? Because I suck at gaming. I am really bad at gaming. I don't know if you guys would enjoy looking or like watching somebody game who's just so bad at it. But personally, I would like to do it because I think it makes it more fun. And also maybe I get less frustrated, kind of like with keyboard builds, but I have to build keyboards alone. And I have to build keyboards alone and run into issues. It's so much more frustrating than when I do it with people watching me. So losing and sucking at gaming is good content, trust. I don't think you know how bad I am. And also I'm very I get started very, very easily. Very, very easily. That's another thing. And I'm not good at multitasking, as you guys know. So I'm not sure how easy it will be for me to keep up with the chat. But I'll try my best. Maybe we can do that today. If you guys don't have any other plans, maybe I can do that today. I need to look up the layout again with the numpad. Okay, so this one. Don't worry about it, just jump the ship and see what happens. Maybe I should just do that. I always get so scared about it. It's kind of like I was holding off of starting streaming forever because I was so worried about it. And then turns out I actually ended up really, really, really enjoying it. Even more than like the other type of content that I usually do. So maybe I should just start it. Who knows what will come out of it. But be warned, I'm really bad, unfortunately. I sure wish I wasn't. Wait, I need a little plus here. Is it this one? That's not the one. I'm missing a key. It's not very typical to have like even for a numpad kit to have a plus here for is it R1, R4? So which one will I be using instead? I don't have a novelty for it either. Oh, by the way, this like novelty spacebar that comes with it. That's why it's called crime scene, because this looks like the, what's it called? When a crime scene has happened and then you just block off the area with the bands. So it's inspired by that. Crime scene tape. Thank you very much. How stupid of me to not think of that. Crime scene tape. So it's inspired by crime scene tape. Thank you, the adapt. Caution tape. Huh, caution tape would also work, I guess. To my defense, I'm not a native speaker, so I'm allowed to not know words. Bro, I don't have a plus key that would in the right. So do I go with something that's not the right profile, or it's not even the right color, but should work. Should work. Good enough. I hope. I think. Barricade tape. That's a lot of words to describe one thing. But yes, all of that better than whatever I did with all those words. Hi, Nico. You're just in time. I just finished the initial build. Look at it. How do you guys like it? How do you guys like it with the blue? Need to focus it properly. It's a really nice layout. I love the layout. I love that it has the numpad. Like, it's optional. It's completely optional. There is a blocker that you can use instead to make it just a regular FRL TKL. Look at this. So that goes like this way, like this. So you have the arrow keys here, and then you have the num cluster there. But I decided to go with the numpad for this first because this keycap set comes with the numpad keys, and then I will try PBT Fence Pelican on this as well, and maybe go for the traditional FRL TKL layout, especially because Pelican is black and yellow as well. So it's really cool. IKEA lost it incoming. It's okay. GDK Lab can afford it. I hope they can. Okay, now this works. The only thing that bothers me is like the plus here, because I don't think I've seen any keycap set so far that had a plus and R4. Is it R1 or 4 plus key? That's the only thing that bothers me, I think. But other than that, I think it's a very nice layout. Again, I usually say the TKL is a little bit too big for my taste, but this one is actually pretty nice. Why is that green light blinking? Is it wireless? It is wireless. It's tri-mode. It's tri-mode even. It comes with a little dongle as well. We have a little dongle here as well. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so is Twitch broken? Is Twitch broken? It just would not load the stream for me. Somebody just came in to play around with the router, so I'm not sure if my internet is just not working. Is it me or is it Niku? Somebody needs to tell me. Generally Twitch? Maybe it's just Twitch in general, I'm not sure. But not you specific. I just joined and I had no problems. Then maybe it's just like European Twitch that's struggling. Maybe it's just European Twitch. No? Feedback is doing fine too. I don't know. Maybe it's just Niku. Maybe it's just skill issue. Thank you very much for verifying that for me though. Okay, so it's blinking because it's wireless. That's cool. It does not have dongle storage though. Look at this. Look at it. Look at how it's glowing. I need to show you. I think I need to show you like this. Look at how it's glowing. Doesn't it look cool? The side profile is pretty neat. I like the back of it. I usually am not the biggest fan of too much RGB and stuff, but I think this is pretty cool. I need to look into the manual and see if I can change the color of it. I hope I can, but even though I'm usually not the biggest fan of RGB, I think this looks really cool. It's such a nice touch to it. But yeah. That lens is carrying, right? Look at this autofocus. It's so much better than my other camera. So I think from now on, if I want to show off any kind of details, I'm just gonna use this one. I'm just gonna switch to this camera and then show it off like this, because it's much better. The quality is amazing, and even like the lighting is much better because it doesn't have like the direct light from the monitor light. But shit actually looks like a professional thumbnail. Then I need to hold it up long enough so it can show up as a thumbnail for my for my VOD, I think. But yeah, how do you guys like the blue and the yellow with it? I'm just going to show it off like this too so you guys can see. Sorry, what was that lens name again? It's the Voltrox 25mm 1.7 lens. Had to read it off the lens. Uh, so it's a budget lens. It's more of a budget lens. It's very affordable. It cost me only 100 euros during the Black Friday stream. Black Friday sale. I even got it from like a European, a German vendor. So it is available on AliExpress. I got another one from Voltrox from AliExpress, and it is legit. So yeah, I can recommend it. If you have a camera, if you are looking for replacement lenses, get one of the Voltrox lenses. They're also very, very popular on Little Red Book. That's how I first found the lenses, because I was scrolling through Little Red Book and was looking at like camera content, and most of them were actually using Voltrox lenses. So I think almost all of them, unless like apart from the really big ones, the macro lenses, are below $200 per lens, and I think that's pretty affordable. At least much better than the original Sony ones. And before that, I had original Sony one on that camera. I also have an original Sony one on this one. And in my humble opinion, I think the Voltrox lens is really much better quality. And I didn't do anything to it, like no changes in the settings, no changes in OBS itself, no filters, no anything, no changes in like lighting. Really the only thing I changed in my settings, in my setup, ever since Friday is the lens. So okay, so let's go back to the sound test. That's what I wanted to do, sound test. So this is Full Foams FL4 plate, and actually a tactile build. So it comes with the Keyboom Taro Cream switches. I think they're called Taro Cream. Should look this up. Taro Cream Milk. They're called Taro Cream Milk. Not like my commands are working, but I think the build command was working, so I'm gonna adjust that first before giving you guys a sound test. I'm seeing keycaps and Keyboom Taro Cream Milk switches. Okay, sound test time, let's go. Okay, so I already tried the switches before, so the tactility itself is actually pretty nice. They sounded tiny, but I'm not sure if it's the switches, if it's the board. The switches weren't as dry sounding, let's say, in my other build that I've had it in before. The build sounds a tiny bit dry. I wonder if it's the keycaps. I don't think it's the switches. The tactility is super nice though. So I know this is like a board review, but if you guys are into tactile switches, I can really recommend the Taro cream milks from Kiwoom. They're very crunchy, very, very crunchy. It's not a light tactile bump though. I think even though I stuffed it with full to the brim with foams, it's a little bit hollow-ish sounding. I'm gonna replace some of the switches with the GDK Gambanas. I have this one, and see if that helps, so I can figure out whether it's the switches or the keycaps. Wait, let me try this first. Yeah, it's definitely the keycaps. Wait, look at this. Listen to this. I don't even know if my mic picks it up, but the darker keycaps are tiny bit scratchy in comparison. Let's see what it sounds like with linear switches. For FF4 foam flex cut builds, this has a surprisingly nice sound profile. I'm pretty sure those switches are hot carrying this, to be honest. But yeah, it does sound surprisingly good. I did not expect to like it as much as I do with all the flex cuts, but maybe it's also because it's just so full of foams. It's funny because, like, just judging from the design, I thought this was gonna be one of those cleaner builds with like lesser foams, clacky, maybe even go with some ABS keycaps just to enhance the sound profile. Thought it was gonna come with like no flex cuts, have a little bit of a sharper sound. I think that would have fit the overall design a little bit better. As you guys know, I'm not very picky about sound profiles. I like my keyboards foamy, I like them thocky, I like them clacky, I like them foamless. I'm not, it's not like I have a strict preference for one or the other. It just has to suit the board the way the board is like designed and built. And in my opinion, that's why I went with full foams for the QK65 Mark III, because it did sound pretty decent even with lesser foams, like foamless with PP plate. But I think the way it looks just suits a full foam build more. Like, it looks so cute. It looks so cute. It just has to sound kind of foamed up and thocky too, in my opinion. That's why I ended up with the full foam build. And for this one, I think with the way it's designed, I would have loved a cleaner, clackier sound. Oh, it actually sounds really good with linears too. But yeah, very, very foamy, very thocky. Can you guys hear a difference? What do you guys like more, linears or tactiles? Because I can also get out like a set of linears and swap them out. I wouldn't mind that. Build was a lot faster than expected, so I can also just swap out the switches to some linears if you want me to. By the way, if someone here orders Dynacap dual workout before, it was so hard to get them into my plate. No, Dynacaps are the workout. Exactly, Elvis. Why work out if you can just use Dynacaps? Maybe that's my sign to get Dynacap. Because I was ordering new workout clothes. Or I had ordered new workout clothes. And I ordered a jacket. And I'm just so unfortunately built. I built like Mermaid Man from SpongeBob, where I have like unproportionally slim arms, and ankles and stuff, which is very unfortunate. So I ordered like this workout yoga thing jacket, and it was very tight fitting. But then on my arms, it was just super loose. and it looked so off that I had to send it back, unfortunately. And then my boyfriend looked at me and was like, maybe it's time to, you know, work out your arms, girl. And he's right. So maybe that's my sign to get some Dyna caps. Maybe that's a perfect workout for me. I like tactiles more, I think. I like the crunchiness of them, but it's because the tactile switches I used here are great, to be honest. I think that I like the foamy deep build, but I think that most boards have their own sounds that they really are made to be, and I think that this sounds really good. You should put in B-Sound Raws. Maybe I can grab the B-Sound Raws from my boyfriend again, but I agree with you, the Adept. I think that's why I'm not super picky about sound profiles. I know that some people are like strictly into foamy builds, some people are strictly into foamless builds, like foamless Aluplate, MX Black, and I don't judge anybody for their preferences. I just agree with you that I think boards just have like their own sound profile. They have their own configuration that they shine with, and for some it's a fully foamed up keyboard, like a fully foamed up configuration, and for some it's like minimal foams. Like my Neo 65 Core Plus, for example, I think it sounds so good foamless, it would be a shame to stuff it full with foams. And on the other hand, as I explained with this QK65 Mark III, I think even though it sounds decent without foams, it just shines a little bit more with more foams, and it also like suits the entire design a little bit better. And this one, probably because of all of the flex cuts, all foams is the way to go. I will still try this in different configurations just out of curiosity, but design wise, I feel like this looks like it's supposed to be clacky, but maybe that's just me. The way it looks like it's supposed to be sharp sounding, maybe because it's like inspired by a sports car, but maybe that's just me. I would definitely try them with PBT fans keycaps too. Look, I still have the Pelican keycap set here, so I think I will try this, and since it's black and yellow, I can go with the blocker instead. So I will keep the tactiles. I would just swap out the switch. No, I will keep the tactiles. I would just swap out the layout and also the keycaps. That's the plan for now. And then afterwards I will also try the other gaskets, the gasket sleeves, I think. How we doing was away. Wait, did you miss the sound test? It sounds very thocky. I love the tactiles. I just feel like this board looks like it's supposed to be clacky, but overall it's not too bad considering it's like a fully foamed up flex cut board. I think the foam isn't the thing that worried me, it's all the flex cuts. So considering it's per key flex cut PCB and also per key flex cut plate, it actually sounds pretty decent. You need to get your Lunar Stone switches, then you can have a sharp deep sound on this. Ask me again in 2 weeks. I will be back for the holidays next week, so this coming Thursday I will be driving back home, and that I will stay there until like after the Christmas holidays, and I will be bringing the rest of my Switch collection here then. So I will finally have my Cosmic Purple and Lunar Stone switches here to try. Actually, the Cosmic Purples I think are currently in the board already. They're in my Ginkgo 65, but the Lunar Stone switches are still in the box and waiting to be used. So maybe I can do a little rebuild session then. But yeah, if you want to go for linears, I think this board definitely needs a very full sounding switch. I think the Lunar Stones would probably be great for that. Wait, I wanted to get this out to put... I dropped a lot of keycaps. wanted to get this packaging out to sort the keycaps back in, just to drop all of them. Good. Sorting keycaps back in is probably my least favorite task. I don't know about you guys, but it really bothers me when it's not sorted incorrectly, because then it makes the next build easier, you know? So I really try my best to sort them in properly. It's just so annoying. It's such a hassle. JKL. This. L A D X Z up here because it's the German layout. Can't forget about that. Wait, H is here. I-G, like this. Okay, good start. I agree completely. They must go back to where they belong. That's why I love Osumi packaging so much. Exactly. I think the older Osumi keycaps unfortunately do not have that. Like I have, I got one keycap set aftermarket, and it was like one of the very first ones, and they did not have the imprints yet for which key goes where. It was very annoying, but I like the newer packaging for that, because for the guys who don't have any Osumi keycaps yet, hopefully, Osumi has like that square packaging, and it has like the lid that goes onto each layer. It's perfectly formed for each keycap, and like each layer is one profile, and you can actually see which key belongs where, because it has like a little kind of like title for each mold, and that's very convenient for sorting. Very, very convenient for sorting, especially if it's like a more unconventional shape, when it's like square, so you know which key belongs where. And for people like me and Adapt who like to have everything sorted back correctly, it's super helpful, because this is something that bothers me about Domiki, because their shape is also like a little bit more like a square, though not completely square, but it doesn't have like that mold for every keycap, and it's just like a line, it's just a row, and then it doesn't show you which keycaps belong where, which keycap belongs where, so you just have to guess, and that's annoying. If it doesn't, I have come to accept it, but it still bothers me that I will probably never have it go back to its original state unless I go out of my way to Google it, or like film each and every unboxing and then take a screenshot and sort it back the exact same way. Throw it all into a Ziploc bag? My god. Damn. Do you not struggle to pick out all of the single keycaps once you want to put them back on a board? How long does it take you? Because I struggle each time when it comes like in a loose bag or like a box. I struggle each time I want to put them on a board, because I have to like pick out every single keycap and look for it. I have to like flip it around, see if it's the correct one or not. And maybe it's a skill issue. It's probably a skill issue. More often than not, I flip around the same key 10 times, even though I already know it shouldn't be the correct one. Wait, this. It's good enough for this layer. Extra fun to get sorted again? What kind of psychopath? is enjoying the sorting of it. Can I hire you? Do you offer your services for sale? Possibly? Hi, Coffee Nut. Welcome in, welcome in. By the way, Dyna not bad price-wise. Just ordered more from Oplotsky. Wait, how many boards are you planning to use the Dyna caps on? Glorious bothers me a little because they don't have legends and they don't sort each row by layer, so it's kind of annoying. Oh, I haven't owned Glorious keycaps before, so I don't know about that. I have seen them in real life before, and to be honest, their black and white keycaps, the PBT ones, aren't too bad. Hate to say it. Hate to say it because I know like Glorious has a certain reputation in the mechanical keyboard hobby with their GMMK Pro, but the black and white keycaps, the PBT ones, aren't too bad, especially because they come in like international versions. You have a fully German version of it, and I think it's the most commonly available and affordable like German keycap set right now. And I like that the legends are a little bit on the thinner side. The quality is also not too bad, so they're decently thick. They sound okay-ish. They don't sound too bad either. But I haven't seen the pack, or like I haven't paid attention to the packaging, so I don't know about that. I am addicted to EC again. So many new options. It was limited to OEM before. It was so niche and expensive. I mean, that's the good and the bad thing about EC becoming more commonly available. The good thing is it's more commonly available. The bad thing is you now have more things to buy. With somebody who is bad at impulse control, not trying to throw shade, with somebody who just likes to spend money on their hobby, this sure is something that is going to hurt your wallet and your bank account. I still haven't figured out how to fix the spacebar for my Agar EC. The spacebar sounds so bad in comparison to everything else, and it bothers me, but I haven't figured out how to fix that yet. It's so loud. Like EC usually sounds a little bit quieter, right? Kind of like you're almost like you're using silent switches or semi-silent switches, but for some reason my spacebar is so loud. I don't know if it's the switch. I don't know if it's is it the switch? Maybe it's the switch. Maybe it's the keycap. Could it be the keycap? It's just a regular PBT keycap. It's the keycap. What other keycap could I be using? You guys said that EC doesn't sound good with ABS, so I swapped that one out. But I was using PBT last, so I'm not sure. I don't know why it is, but some space bars bottom out different. Maybe I should check if it's even. Like some keycaps, some spacebar keycaps are kind of warped, right? So that could also be it. I have a lot of money to spend currently. Already bought all presents. I mean, if you insist on spending more money, some things that are still on my wish list. I still have some Christmas shopping to do. I'm pretty late this year. Have you guys finished all of your Christmas shopping yet? Like all gift shopping and stuff? Have you gone, like, have you guys taken care of everything already? I'm usually pretty early. I usually try to use all the Black Friday deals to get my Christmas shopping done. But because this year it overlapped with my move, I was a little bit too busy to do that. And ever since I've been procrastinating it. Not even close? Hell yeah, Alueto. Hell yeah. That's how I like it. Everybody else seems so organized. But that's good for your loved ones. Very good for your loved ones. I have 3 due assignments for Christmas this year. Oh damn, what a Christmas present from your professor, huh? Very nice of them. How very, very kind of them. I used Black Friday for gift shopping. That's what I usually do. That's what I usually do too. It's just because of the move I wasn't able to. That's the expensive lesson I have to learn. The expensive price I have to pay for moving. Haven't even started yet. I'm also late this year. At least I'm not the only one. That's good. I mean, bad for you, but good that I'm not the only one either. I'm gonna go with this one. I think I like that one more. Both sets have almost perfect shades of yellow to match the case of this board. Isn't that great? Oh, I haven't even screwed it in. Wait, why am I putting the keycaps on already? I need to figure out what screws they use here. It's okay, I can take care of the missing screw. I wonder if the missing screw will affect the sound. At least it's somewhere in the middle. Mango, what's your silentest keyboard? Like library siren keyboard? Agari C, not Agari C. I mean, technically Agari C, but I'm running into issues with the spacebar right now. The spacebar, let me show you. My Agari PC is here in the back. I popped off one of the switches. Oops. While picking it up, one of the switches just popped out. So this is my Agar, like my EC Agar, ECPC Agar. It's a little bit dusty. Sorry. It's very quiet. It is very quiet. At least for the alphas. So this is what it sounds like for the alphas. Oh, listen to the spacebar. This is not a quiet board. This had the potential to become my new work board. This had the potential, but alas, the spacebar is pissing me off. It's probably the keycap. It's maybe most likely the keycap. But the alphas themselves feel very nice, very quiet. To be honest, I like the way this feels more than your usual silent switches. The bottom out just feels much nicer. But other than that, I have a low free flow 2, the silent version, and that one is the one I'm currently using at work. I left it at the office, so I cannot show you unfortunately, but that's the most silent keyboard I own right now, and that's why I'm using it for work. This one had the potential, but the spacebar is pissing me off. Yeah, and then there's the spacebar. That's a lot louder than mine. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Try a different spacebar. I'm gonna try a different spacebar now. Let me just get. Does this one have a 7-unit spacebar? Ooh, I do not want to end up with keycap salad. This one does have a 7-unit spacebar, so I'm gonna use this and see if that helps. Have you used the MacBook keyboard? It's so silent tune. I have not used the MacBook keyboard. Technically, I probably have at some point, but I don't own a MacBook, so I don't remember what it sounds like, unfortunately. Okay, let's see if this makes it better. It does not. Maybe it's not the spacebar, guys. It's a tiny bit better. Did you get the PCB to work? The PCB has always worked. It's just VIA that wasn't working. But the PCB still works, so. I haven't properly used this board yet because the spacebar is pissing me off. So it not working in VIA is like the least of my problems with this board right now. So you have not fixed VIA. Again, life is busy. Life is an endless loop of chores. So I have neither fixed my ECU guard with VIA, nor have I actually tried gaming with the HE board. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It works great in VL. It did not for me either. That one didn't. I tried it on stream. Both did not work, and I don't know why. I will figure this out. Not anytime soon, but I will figure this out at some point. The topping out spacebar doesn't feel normal. See? It's definitely the top out. Like the bottom out is still quiet. It's a top out. And I don't know why. Maybe it's a spring. But it's not happening for the other keys either. Like even the slightly bigger keys, it's only the spacebar, and I don't know why. Keep the spacebar if the board is too quiet. They might not think you're working. If that is spacebar, you remind them you're actually working. I had this exact feedback from my coworkers at my old workplace. I brought in a completely silent build, and they said it was unnerving because they could not hear me working. Because even my mouse is silent. I'm using the Logitech Pebble, and it's somewhat silent, pretty silent. So they were like, we cannot hear you do anything. Are you even working? And ever since, I just brought in regular, slightly quieter keyboards into work again. Maybe it's the steps. What steps are you using? I'm using the steps that have that were included with the kit. So it's just the KBD fan steps. I don't know if it's the steps. Shouldn't be though. It's so loud. It definitely is the top out though. It has nothing to do with like the PCB being like an EC PCB. It has nothing to do with the switch bottom out at least. I don't know if it's, I don't think it has anything to do with the switch spring either, because if that was the case, all of my other keys would be loud in the top out as well, but it's only the spacebar. So you might be right, Adept. It might be the stabilizer. And obvious that wants you to use a loud keyboard, impossible. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be loud, just audible enough to know that I'm working. Maybe they just didn't trust me enough. I'm not sure. They probably were just joking, but they did comment on how quiet it was, especially because it was like an open office space. So with everybody talking and being in meetings and also like being on their PC, it was even like all of the sound that the keyboard made was just drowned out. Because even when it's silent switches, it's not completely silent. You can still hear the bottom out. It's just like muffled. Probably the step. This is an issue for another stream because I'm not taking that entire board apart right now, but I will be looking for another 7-unit stabilizer, and then I hope that I can fix it by using a different stabilizer. So my last hope. An issue for 2026. Probably an issue for 2026. I'm sorry. I will be away next week, okay? First of all, so I will not be here. I will not be at home. I'm still thinking about what to do for next week's stream. I think I will be streaming only one day next week, probably on Friday. Maybe I will show you guys the things that I will take with me, that I will have to pack up. All of the boards I need to pack up. Just a short pre-holiday stream. Mango follower goal achieved. Give me free keyboard. Was that your bot account, Eisenheim? Is that how I achieved my follower goal? You need to get a Christmas hat. I actually was thinking about it. I have a Christmas hat like with my parents, but the thing is, at my other setup, I don't have a face cam. Guys, don't forget that. So I could be wearing a Christmas hat. You guys just wouldn't be seeing it. I mean, I can still wear it if you guys want me to, but unfortunately, you would not be able to see it. This Friday, right? Like, yeah, the next Friday, the coming Friday. So it's Sunday, so technically it's next week. But the next Friday, I will be back at my old setup. And I already know I will be struggling to set up this camera again, because this is the camera that I will be taking with me because it's much smaller. And I will be struggling to come back here and set it up again, I think, because that was a pain to set up and get like the angle right. I'm an honest fellow. I don't use bots. Trust. That sounds like somebody who is a dishonest fellow and uses bots would say. I agree with Sahas though. If you want to go for a really silent board, just get any board you like that's hot swappable. Just make sure it's hot swappable and then get silent switches. What I like to do is I like to go for silent tactile switches, because the bottom out in like most of the silent linear switches that are available for like an acceptable price, they feel a little bit like rubber dome. So it's not something that I like. So I like to go for tactile, so at least I have some kind of feedback when I press down. Especially because silent switches are so quiet too. So that's usually what I do. But that's just personal preference, of course. The Echo Penguins, for example, are okay silent switches. They're not too bad. I think there were some other ones too. I tried some from Kale. They were beige in color. Those were kind of scratchy, but they felt nice. I think those were some of the nicer linear silents I've tried. Hi Nagi, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Now we're gonna go with the yellow arrow keys to contrast the blocker, I think. Like this, and then I need to look up the nav cluster again, of course, because I always forget about it. Let's see, insert home, page up, delete, and page down. Whatever it is. This is delete that I know. So I need this one. This is delete. I like the icons. I'm just really bad at memorizing the icons. I think this is page up. This page down, I think, and this is end. That means that this is page up, this is hope. What is insert? Which one of these look like it could be insert? Is it this one? Not that it matters if I don't know what it means anyway. Is it this one? This looks like an insert, right? Because it's inserting, like the arrow is like inserting something in a box, maybe, possibly. So I'm just gonna use that. I don't know my nav keys. You might be able to tell that I don't really use any of my nav keys. It's just decoration. That's why I don't really care for TKLs, because I don't really need nav keys. The only key I really use is the delete key, and that one I recognize. You might be able to find a place that can make a silent switch tester kit for you, but I don't know who would be the best option at this point. Depends on where you're located, because Monaco Keys has like a switch tester build option. I did not screw my case together again. I did not. I need to fix that. I will show you the Monaco Keys switch tester thingy first, because I remember I recommended this to Shy as well. So switch tester. You can click on the switch tester and then you can pick out, I think, 10 switches. Yeah, you can pick out 10 switches and then you can just look at the silent switches if you want to. So they have quite a few silent switches. You have the Aqua Ferry switches, you have the Cherry MX Northern Light switches. You also have the Gatoron 0 Degree switches. KTT Bad Sweetheart Silent. I didn't know they had this as a silent version. MMD Princess Silent Pinks. Those are some of my favorite silent switches. So yeah, you have quite a few silent options. So you can like build your own switch tester like that, and then you can just go for all the silence you can see, and then that way you can pick out maybe or find the one that suits you most, or like is the most to your liking. That's what I personally would recommend. And now I have to see which screws I didn't screw in. I put on all the keycaps, but I didn't screw the case back together properly because I got caught up in yapping again, probably, as I usually do. Oops. People like TKL not for those nav keys because they want arrow keys and the F-row, but the 75% don't look as good as the TKLs. That's a lie. 75% can look so good. What are you talking about? That is a lie. I do not allow 75% slender in this household. Look at the Evo 75. It looks so much better than the Evo 80, in my opinion. I like the 75 a lot more than the TKL. Okay, one last screw. I think I actually like Pelican more on this board than Crime Scene. Crime Scene wasn't bad. No, IKEA build. Not too bad, but I think I like Pelican more because it suits like the color scheme of the board. It looks more coherent together. This is coming from a 75% enjoyer whose first custom keyboard was 75%. Okay, so unbiased opinion, huh? I think my Keychron Q5 HE is endgame for me. Only thing I'll upgrade to is silent switches or new technology. Are there silent HE switches? Is that a thing already? Is that a thing? I'm really not up to date when it comes to HE boards, because I just recently tried my own first HE board, so don't judge me. But if there are silent HE switches, that would be pretty cool, I think. I just know that they're definitely stepping up their game when it comes to options, which is nice. But Haimu does have silent hall effect switches. Cool. Because I think Haimu heartbeats, those are like regular MX switches, and they're silent. They're one of the most recommended silent switches I've seen. Haimu heartbeats. So it's cool to see that they trying to expand on their good image when it comes to silent switches, even down to the HE market. Okay, so I swapped out the keycaps. I went for a different layout. What do you guys... Wait, time to switch again. What do you guys think? Does it look good? I think it looks better than with the other keycap set. What do you guys think? I would not have thought that I would come to love a yellow board. Surprisingly, because I'm mango, but I don't really like the color yellow. I just like mangoes. But this looks really nice. It's more of a bumblebee build now. I really like how it goes very well together with this blocker here. I still need to, because it's not paired right now. Of course, the light is just blinking, but I think once it's paired, it will probably glow just like the back here. This is a very nice set. Thank you, KeyGem. Big shout out to KeyGem. I know some people have been experiencing issues with KeyGem orders, but big shout out to KeyGem for supplying me with this pelican set, which matches the board perfectly. See what it sounds like, because I thought the Monaco Keys keycap sounded a tiny bit dry. So let's see if not only the looks improved, but also the sound. Oh, the spacebar is a bit dry now. Or is it just because my PCB is a little bit misaligned? Let's see. I actually do think that the keycaps also improved the sound a tiny bit. I'm not sure if I'm the happiest with the switches, not because of the switches themselves. I just think the switches don't work perfectly in this board. I do have a set of yellow switches. They're from Wuxia Studios. I am not sure. I think they're called Arowana switches. Right now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what they sound like, what they feel like, but I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna swap them out and just see what they sound like. Give me a second. Ow. I hit my knee when I sat back down. Wait, wrong? This is the wrong container. I hit my knee for nothing. Okay, this is the correct one. So these are the Wuxia Arowana switches. Come in a bright yellow, and I think they would be the perfect switches for this build, just like looks wise. I'm gonna try with like just a few of them first. See what it sounds like. Because then maybe I can go for like a fully yellow and black build, because even the plate is black. Yeah, Arowana yellows, they even, I think for the Arowanas, they had black, they had blue, yellow, and red. And there was one color that I did not like at all for some reason, because the specs are almost identical. Only the spring is different, I think. There was only one color that I did not like. I hope it was not yellow. It was not yellow. Oh yeah, Arowana golds. Maybe it is gold. Don't listen to me, Eisenheim. It's probably gold. If the website says gold, it's probably gold. It's not labeled yet, okay? It's not labeled yet, so chances are high that I am just misremembering. This does not look very gold to me, that's why. It's straight up yellow. What do you guys think? I think I like these more than tactile switches. Gotta swap it out. I'm gonna swap it out. I'm gonna remove all of the keycaps and switches. I don't know if you guys can tell that I'm very, very excited for this build, or like I was very excited for this build, and I'm enjoying this because I keep switching out things. I keep swapping out things and modifying things here and there. The stems for the Taro switches are just really tight, so I'm a little bit worried about going in with the keycap puller from Keymove. I'm just gonna reinsert the switches immediately because of the flex cuts. Because otherwise the plate will be lacking like proper support, and then I will have to disassemble the entire board again, and I'm too lazy for that. So yeah, I think it is Arowana gold. I wonder which color it was that I did like. Was it red maybe? There was one, at least in the Zoom Taiga, that I... Was it the Zoom Taiga? It was the Zoom Taiga, I think. The Taiga I first tried it in. I think the red ones just sounded so dry. I think it was red. They sounded very dry and scratchy. And that was weird because it was like the same board. And the only thing I did was swap out the switches. They sent me... Witches sent me their entire Arowana line. And I only had issues with the red one. I'm glad it's not yellow because now I can use them in this board. Beautiful, full yellow-black build. It's a very bee-like build. Very bumblebee build. Wait, I already... No, it's correct. I was like, did I swap around the Z and the Y again? But this is your regular international set, so it's not Quartz, it's not German anymore. So it's correct. Ooh. I like this a lot. This sounds so good. Should have expected this. I'm more of a linear person. What did I think trying to build a tactile board? Just kidding. The MX Agar, for example, I built it with the B-Sun Oceans, and I like that one a lot more than my linear MX Agar. So sometimes, even somebody who's usually a linear enthusiast prefers tactile too. Just sometimes, not today though. Just really having the hardest time with the stems. The keycap sits so tight on the stems of the Taro switches. And I do think it's the switches themselves, because I also had issues with the Monaco keys keycap set. They also sit on the switches so tightly. I'm really scared to break something. fingers. Wait, that was the wrong direction. Right, multi-layout, so it's east facing. Ooh, I like this a lot. It sounds like boiling water. It sounds very bubbly. I like this. It still, in my opinion, doesn't really sound the way it looks. I stick by it. I stick by my point that this board looks like it's supposed to be clacky. But that aside, the sound with the yellow, the golden arowana switches is so satisfying. It sounds like boiling water. I'm a little bit slow doing everything one by one, sorry. Some of the pins are already bent, so I need to be careful. I really hope I'm not popping out any of the hot swap sockets on the back. It would be a shame to have this board and just destroy it immediately by being careless. Boiling water approves of your message. Your kettle likes this. I think only the spacebar is sounding a little bit off. Maybe I need to go back in and fix the stabilizer, or maybe it's just the stabilizer itself. I'm not sure which stabilizers GDK is using. They have their own brand, it seems, but I'm not sure which manufacturer they're using. So it might just be the stabilizer itself. Maybe I need to swap it out. I don't have a lot of 7-unit stabilizers left though, because I usually get the Paigu ones, right, for like backup stabilizers, backup sets, and the ones I get don't come with a 7-unit spacebar. There are some Paigu sets that come with them, like the ones that Unikey has released with Paigu. Those actually come with the 7-unit wire as well. So maybe I need to hit up Unikey's and get some of those for my builds. But the ones that I usually order from AliExpress, the original ones, they do not come with 7-unit spacebar support. So I'm lacking 7-unit stabilizers a tiny bit. Did they give you an estimated cost for the board? Not yet, unfortunately. Not yet. I can ask though. If you want me to, I can ask. I know that the KV1, the 65% keyboard, was pretty expensive for what it was. I think that one they sold through Velocifier Tech. And the 60% board, the I forgot the exact name, but GDK Lab has also released a 60% board, the one with the marble finish. That one was also a little bit on the pricier side. So I do like pricier for me. Obviously, this is very subjective, but I can imagine this be like around the 300 and upwards mark. I think for the 60% keyboard, it was worth it simply because it just looked so beautiful with the marble finish. As for the KV1, the 65% keyboard, I don't really think it was worth the money. just my personal opinion. I've seen a few of those builds. I have not tried it myself, but I also talked to one of my friends who has one, and they agreed that the board wasn't bad by any means, don't get me wrong. They just think there are other boards, other 60% keyboards at a lower price point that are just as good. So. Would your stupid steps come with the 7U wires? Oh right, those also come with 7U wires, but for my recent Wuchia builds, I always went with 7-unit stabilizers, 7-unit space bars and stabilizers. So unfortunately, I have no spare 7-unit stabilizers that I could use in here. I think that's something that really I need to be prepared for more, because I get all kinds of random builds. Sometimes I get stuff that I cannot influence, that I have like no say in, and that's why I try to keep a lot of like stuff in stock here, like keycaps, stabilizers, switches, so I can be prepared for all kinds of builds. But even then, sometimes I get caught off guard, for example, by a yellow board. Or too many 7-unit stabilizers. And I think, for example, one of the 40% keyboards that I built had a split space bar, but it was 2 3-unit keys. So luckily the kit came with 3-unit wires, because I don't think I would have been able to source 3-unit stabilizers. I have never seen that before. 2 of them too. So luckily it came with the wires, but I really struggled to find 2 3-unit 3-unit space bars. A kit that comes with 2 3-unit space bars. So I just used the stabilizer wires and the keycaps that came with the kit. So it's not the prettiest, but I could finish the build, and that was the most important part. One of the builds that really tested my patience. You buy the stupid steps from Amazon? Unfortunately, I think your Amazon is a little bit different from my Amazon. The stupid stabilizers are not available on the German Amazon, I think. The only keyword stuff that I can find on German Amazon is Apple Maker stuff, low-free stuff, but unfortunately stabilizers are a little bit rare. Like good stabilizers are a little bit rare to find there, so I have to resort to either getting them like bulk buying them beforehand, or getting them off of like KeyGem or Candy Keys or something if they carry them in stock. This board was calling Greg, not gonna lie. Somebody said that before too, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Unfortunately, I do not own Greg. I'm not the biggest fan of meme-like keycap sets. Like owning them. I love seeing them. I think one of the boards I photographed at Mechanicon was the one with the Aigao keycaps. That was also very interesting to see, but I don't think those are some kind of keycap sets that I would want to own myself, because unfortunately it has the meme design, it does not have the meme price. So okay, let's see. I kind of like the flat keys, helps me type faster. In that case, you really should check out the low free flow, because the low free flow that I was talking about, my silent keyboard, wrong keyboard, this one, this is the pre-launch, is that the correct one? It is very heavily Mac inspired, I think, like MacBook inspired, and it's low profile, so it comes with the flat keys. Look at this, it's like completely flat. That's why I also like to take it with me to work, because it's so comfortable to carry around. I have the 65% version, but it also comes in a 75% and a full-size version, like 100 key version is more like 98%. But it's very flat. Look at it. It's very, very flat. So this might be something you could be interested in, or that I could interest you in if you are into flat keys and silent keyboards. If you are into flat keys but not into silent keywords, this also comes as a linear and a tactile version. And my favorite is the linear one, then the tactile one, and then the silent one. But that's because I like my keyboard to make noises usually. Be like Frank, buy blanks and make faces with it. He got a very drunk rec board. Maybe this is a workaround for this one. Maybe that's what I should do and make this a greg board. Okay. Let me just finish the sip boba, and then we can listen to this rebuild with the arowana switches. In the meantime, maybe I can change my command, just in case anybody else is coming in here to test my commands. In Wuche Studio, arowana gold switches. Wait, I need to double check if they're really called arowana gold. They're called gold arowana, okay? Because there are yellow switches. Huh. Okay, so I was just lying. There are yellow arowana switches. Let me show you guys. So there are yellow arowana switches. These ones. And these were pretty shitty. I remember that. These were pretty bad. They're not yellow though. They're more of a like off-white. And I got them mixed up because the ones I am using right now, they're the gold switches, and they're just straight up yellow, and the yellow ones are just looking like an off-white cream color, so that's why I got confused. Do you have the Windows keyless blockers? Unfortunately not. Well, I'm saying unfortunately, but I actually do like my boards to have Windows keys. But I don't have them to show you guys if you are into Windows keyless. Scam, absolutely. So I'm missing a screw. I don't have the Windows keyless blockers. I do not have a multi-layout plate, but I did have pubes. So you win some, you lose some, I guess. Okay. Let's jump into the sound test. It's a lot quieter than the tactile switches, of course, so in comparison it sounds a little bit more muted, but I like it. I like it more. It sounds like boiling water in real life. I don't know what it sounds like with my microphone, to be honest, but it sounds like boiling water to me, and I like that. It's very ASMR suitable. Now that I found my favorite configuration, I just need to test all the keys though. Spacebar needs a little more pop. It's definitely, the spacebar definitely needs some work in my opinion. I think it's the, wait, how do I set this to work wired? I think there's probably a shortcut somewhere for it. I also I'm not in love with the spacebar here. But I think it's a stabilizer. But the alphas? Great. Wait, is there a shortcut somewhere? Let me see. USB mode is T, FN and T. Does it work now? It works! Okay, I can test it now. Let's test it. Does it work if I do this? Why is the website not loading? My VIA tester is not loading. My VIA is not working. Is it just me? Is it my internet? It's probably not my internet because stream is working. Why is it not working? Huh. Just took a while to connect. I need to use the pubes. It's probably why, because this is the wrong cable. It's not a braided USB-C cable braided with pubes. Everything works. Perfect. No, not a single key that has a bend switch. Nice. This happens to me quite a lot. That's why I'm surprised. Time for some monkey type. I kind of wonder what the sponsor is gonna think when they watch this. I'm not listed on the website as a content creator, so maybe better that way, maybe not. Who knows? You guys tell me. I guess that's a perk of me, my main platform still being Instagram. I can just like the Instagram videos that I post are like heavily touched up. So you don't really see me struggling. You don't really see the pubes. You don't really see it's just me and the keyboard. Maybe it's better that way with how chaotic my builds are, but that's just me. Hi Kevin, how you doing? Long time no see. Okay. I messed it up. Ah. I'm gonna blame it on my monkey type being open on my second monitor. I wasn't doing too bad here, and then it just took a massive dip with the typos, but either way, this board feels pretty nice. I like the angle a lot. Chillin', finals are over and now I'm on a break. That's great. Just in time for the holidays, unlike somebody else who has 3 more assignments due until Christmas. Did you already throw the pube away or do you still have it? It's in my trash. I do not want to collect other people's pubes. I'm not sure about you guys, but personally, I think it's enough to have video evidence of the pubes. I have no desire to keep them, but I still need to try the other gaskets. You pube? When I unboxed this, it was like a blind unboxing. I did not open it beforehand. When I unboxed the keyboard and opened the carrying case, there was something inside of it stuck to the keyboard. It looked like hair. It looked like very thick and coarse hair. A little bit like scrunched up, a little bit squiggly. I hope it was not hair, because if it was hair, I'm gonna say it looked very much like pubes. Very much. So, yeah. I'm missing a screw for this keyboard. So the case works with screws. It's not like catchball or whatever. And it's 3 on top, 3 at the bottom. It came with 1 missing screw though. So what happened is I got scammed out of a screw, but at least I got extra pubes. So you win some, you lose some. Life is all about balance. 896 got a ship with pubes. Only if they're Kevin's. Hand plucked. Got to do like some Charlie and the Chocolate Fabric, like chocolate factory kind of thing. It's like a golden ticket if you find Kevin's pubes in your keyboard kit. Need to get the screws out. Am I missing one again? No, I'm not. It fell out already. I think some people got my hair. How did they get your hair? I have long hair for a guy, so sometimes it falls in the package without me knowing. Oh, that happens to me too, to be honest. I've shipped off some keyboards where I noticed when I was putting on the tape that my hair got stuck in it. So when I was looking at the package again, I was like, oh, they have my DNA now, so hope they're not planning to clone me or something. But yeah, for Rukia keyboards, it's more of an extra. It's more of like the little something sprinkled on top of a personally packaged keyboard by Kevin. Increased value for my keyboard. Exactly. That's how you increase the value for your Rukia keyboards, by finding some hair in the packaging. Do I need to use both gaskets at the same time? No, I don't. It doesn't even work. Okay, good. I already thought I was messing up. My steak is too juicy and my lobster too buttery. Has anybody ever complained about the hair, Kevin? You write personalized notes for every order? That's so cute. Wait, that's such a nice personal touch. I love that. I mean, it's not handwritten, but what I received last year for Christmas, I don't know if they're gonna do it again, but I know that like the big OEM sellers and resellers like Apple Maker have a shitty reputation. Why is this not closing up? I'm not gonna comment on whether I think it's a rightful reputation or not, but what they did for last year's Christmas, wait, it's not closing up with the gaskets. Why? What they did for last year's Christmas is they sent out like a hand woven kind of like small picture um, for their affiliates they worked with throughout the year with a little note. It wasn't handwritten, it was just printed, but still I thought it was pretty nice. So that was a nice surprise. I was like, yeah, thank you for working with us. Hope you have a great year ahead. Blah blah. And I thought that was really cute because I'm pretty sure they work with a lot of people. I'm not sure if everybody got one, but it was a nice gesture. No one yet? Has anybody? So nobody has complained about the hair yet? Has anybody ever sent you a picture of them? I don't know, framing it or something? Also a possibility. You never know. My GMK order shipped with a hand chopped note that felt semi-special. They used to handwrite their name on every card. They got more efficient, I guess. Unfortunately, I have never directly ordered from GMK, so or like from a group buy. Got a GMK set from a group buy, so I'm not sure about. I've never received a note from GMK, even if it was a chopped one, unfortunately. Actually, one of them said they like it and kept it somewhere. I don't talk to them no more. Is it because of the hair or because of something else? If someone unboxed their F1 and found hair in it, they would probably go crazy. Only if they can verify that it's Gion hair, probably. Oh, these gaskets are a tiny bit stiffer. I do not like the sound of the spacebar. It sounds very hollow and rattly, and I don't think it's the keycap. It's probably the stabilizer. I need to get my hands on a 7-unit stabilizer at some point. But listen to it. It sounds like boiling water. How many mountings it got? 2. It's both gasket, but one is... I need to show you. I need to change to this camera for personal reasons. Because I got a new lens, and this one has absolutely amazing autofocus, and it's much better than my actual main camera. So it got the gasket sleeves. It got some gasket sleeves here that I am using right now. And I started off with these tadpole like gaskets, like the little gasket beams. So 2 mounting styles, both are gasket. The beams are a tiny bit softer. I think sound wise it doesn't really make a difference. Which one do I like more? I actually like the beams more, I think. I like the beams more because with the beams my spacebar doesn't sound that bad. The spacebar is very rattly. I built this board with the included stabilizers, and it's maybe I just need to fix it up a little bit more, but it sounds very hollow and rattly. So, and it's more obvious with the sleeves, probably because it's a little bit stiffer, but I'm not a fan of it. So I think that's why I prefer the beams, because it just makes it a little less obvious. But on the alphas, it doesn't make a big of a sound difference, I think. It's surprising because it has per key flex cuts for both the plate and the PCB. Not the biggest fan of that, but even then, it's not too soft. It's not like super bouncy. Per key, it is per key. It has the big slits like between every row, and then it has per key flex cuts for both the plate and the PCB. I heard that it does come with a no flex cut PCB option, so at least there's that. But I was sent the flex cut version for the PCB. I am overstimulated. It also makes it so hard to insert the switches because everything just gives in, everything just sinks in if you push it in. So it's very hard for the switches to actually snap in. It's flex cuts with the side of keyboard, exactly. The only thing that doesn't have a per key flex cuts is like this part, because the nav cluster you can actually take this blocker out, and then this can be a numpad, a small numpad. So this part does not have any flex cuts for the PCB. The plate does, but the PCB does not. But yeah, you can actually tell there's a difference in sound. Maybe I'm just gaslighting myself into thinking there's a sound difference, but I do think you can tell that this sounds a little bit firmer. It doesn't sound as thin as this side because it doesn't have any per key flex cuts. P yellow? Hector, this is not pea yellow. This was sold to me as mango yellow. That's the only reason I got this board like sent to me. I wanted the lilac version. So the thing is, so this keyboard was sent to me. This might not seem like it, but it's a review stream. It's technically sponsored. It might not seem like it. That just means I'm very honest, okay? So this is the board. Thank you for the follow, Hector. First time here. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay. This is very chaotic. But these are the colorways. It comes in gunmetal gray, anodized silver, something called dark gold, lilac, spray coated flash black, and yellow. Hi Anonymous, how you doing? So I was hoping for lilac, silver, or dark gold because I have a lot of keycaps. Just in case, you know, a lot of keycaps that could go with a lot of different colors. Just not yellow. I was scrambling to find a keycap set that would match this yellow board. So I reached out to KeyGem, and shout out to KeyGem for supplying me with PBT Fence Pelican because it's a perfect match for this P yellow board. How much is this going to cost? No estimated price yet. I was looking for, before I started stream, I was looking for some more information. So I'm gonna Google it now. I'm gonna show you guys. GDK Lab NV-70. You have the key official, you can't see because my head is in the way. But there's the official Keybay Tech product page. Rebuild Keyboards has the DK160 because they sold it, but you don't really have any other information on the NV-70. I tried to look for a Geek Hack thread, but couldn't find one. You have one for the 65% keyboard that they had, but I couldn't find a thread for... Apparently they also have a TKL, but I couldn't find one for the one I have here, the FRL TKL. So no idea how much it's going to cost. I'm going to assume, or I'm going to think it's going to be somewhere between 200, 300 and upwards. Most likely 300 and upwards, because that's roughly where all of their other projects were priced. So that's my estimate. Only God knows if I'm right. No red. Unfortunately, no red. Very basic color choices, I would say. I've seen better color choices. I think it's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame that this is the only out there color. I think we've seen enough. You know, it of course, with every run you will include something like black, silver, white. Just to get the basics covered, but we've seen enough lilac boards, in my humble opinion. Not that I am opposed to lilac. I was hoping for lilac because I have so many purple keycap sets that need a home, and for some reason I only own one single lilac board or like purple board currently. But I wish they had gone with more out there colors too. Maybe not red, but maybe something like green would have looked cool too, I think. I'm not sure if the colors have something to do with the design inspiration, because it was inspired by Hyundai's 2022 concept car, the NV-74. No, I'm not a car person, so I don't know what the car looks like. Oh, yeah, that tracks. Looks similar enough. Wait, do the lights? Yeah, there are lights, and they are very. I usually don't care about RGB too much, but you do have. Wait, why can't I show? I can't show it. I need to. Wait, sorry. It's my first time building this. I need to figure out how to put this in Bluetooth mode. Do I need to connect it first? Oh, here it is. I'm gonna show you guys like this because this is my better camera now. So it does have the RGB lights here. It looks very sports car-esque, right? I don't care about sports cars usually, but I like the sports car inspired designs for keyboards. It looks very neat in my opinion. I think the RGB light strip adds a nice touch. So big fan of this actually. What's your favorite PC, chess friend? It very unbiased opinion. My favorite PC cases are from Fentex, and that's why I'm currently owning a Fentex Evolve X2. But very unbiased, of course. It was sponsored by Fentex. But I also reached out to them first because I was very much fiending for an Evolve X2. I would show you guys, but my desk on this side is very messy. I can show you like this. Fentex. Wait, I need to put this back into wired. Evolve X2. This is what the case looks like. This is what it looks like. It kind of looks like it's floating. It's pretty cool. It's very big though. It's a lot bigger than I expected it to be. I needed to get a new set of cables for almost everything because the case I had before was much smaller. The cables were the perfect fit, and when I rebuilt my PC and used this case, suddenly all of my cables were too short. So I had to get new cables for almost everything. For my mic, for my monitors, for my webcam, for everything. I heard those called aquarium cases. I think this is not considered an aquarium case because the aquarium cases usually have like, wait, I can show you guys the one I had before. This is the one I had before, and I think this is considered an aquarium. I don't know shit about PCs, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe both are considered aquarium cases. But because this has like more glass panels, like not more glass panels, but the Evolve has like the metal parts here. Fish tank usually. Fish tank, yes. It's usually called fish tank. But my boyfriend, who was kind enough to help me build all my PCs and struggle with it while I was just sitting there watching him and eating, told me that this is not considered a fish tank. He might be wrong, he might be right. Maybe I'm lying, maybe I'm not. But this is my current build, and it's beautiful. It's a very nice looking case. I'm absolutely in love with it. Thank you for the hydrated snack time, Captain. But yeah, my cable is also glowing. My cable got lights. It's a glowing cable. The only downside of this cable is that it's very short. It's only 1.2 meters long, I think, which is a tiny bit too short. So the wiring is a little bit unfortunate. But other than that, I love it. It fits my otherwise very cute setup very well, I think. It's not really suiting this keyboard right now, but it's fine. Love Ventex? I would think so. Is it like a full tower or mid tower? It's a mid tower still, I think. It's a mid tower still because my motherboard fits into it that was in the mid tower before that. It's just a very big mid tower. But again, don't quote me on anything. I don't know shit about PCs. I'm just happy that mine is running. Is that dangling thing part of the cable? It is part of the cable. You could technically just pull it off with like some kind of tweezers. But I left it on. There's also some other stuff that I took off. There's like this huge charm like thing and a weight, but I took that off because that was a little bit too much going on for my taste. Fentech's website says it's a mid tower. Supposedly it is one. It's just very big for a mid tower. It's very, very big. I'm gonna need a link for the cable. I got you. It comes in different colors too. Look at this. So you have, I got mine from Unikeys. It's under tools and accessories, artisan cables, and it's from Unknown Error. So this is the one I have because it is 8,000 hertz. Like it supports HE boards. Because they need a little bit more power. Not only HE boards, I think the Zoom TKL Dyna, for example, too. That's why I can only use it. I could only use it with Bluetooth at my old setup because I just did not have a cable that was delivering enough power for it. So this is the one I have. So this is the weight I was talking about that I took off. This is the little charm that comes with it. Even has the little stars here. I think that's a cute detail. And it also comes in, where's the black one? There used to be a black one. It's blue. There's a blue one. There's a white one. I have the white one too. That one comes with the charm and like a different thingy here. There's a blue one too, and there's a black one. But I think if you can't find it on the Unikeys website, Velocifier Tech should be carrying it as well. So you can get this one. I'm gonna send you the link here, and you can get 7% off with Mango at checkout if you want to save money. That's not an affiliate link, so do whatever with it. You can use whatever code you can find. If you save more money with something else, do that, use that. But if you can't find something else, use Mango, and then you can save 7% on it. Because those cables are pretty pricey for a cable, because they're artisan cables, but still I think they're a little bit. Oh, here's the black one. Here's the black one. I was just blind. They're all pretty expensive for a cable, but I think for artisan cables it's not too wild of a price. Thank you very much, Captain. Thank you. That costs as much as a GMK set. It's not as much as a GMK set. It's like half a GMK set. It's half a GMK set, okay? I don't know why you see Namong and don't get offended by the price, but I get offended by this cable. I think because if you get into artisans, you just lose your sense of money, of what money is worth. Because I got this Sleepy Leon, wrong side. I got this Sleepy Leon artisan. Isn't it cute? It even has some drool running down here. Adorable. I love it. Don't get me wrong. Why was this after import taxes and shipping? Why was this more than a GMK set? I need to stop reminding myself of the price of this thing. But look at it. Even on the sides, it has little stars. It has a little butthole. It has a tiny butthole, which is adorable. It's drooling, but it was very expensive. And as soon as you get into the hobby of artisan keycaps, you lose all sense of the worth of money. That's just what I think. Looks super heavy to ship. Exactly. Why was shipping like 25 euros? It wasn't even express shipping. It took forever to get to me. Like, first of all, it took forever to be made, and then it still took like 2 weeks to get to me. At 25 euros for something that doesn't even weigh 50 grams, I would expect express shipping. Mango, please stop showing artisans on stream to remind me getting myself artisans for my boards. My wallet is already begging me to stop. I can show you guys my boyfriend's artisans. His tray is right here. He's very into resin artisans. So as you can tell, I'm into the cutesy ones. I'm into the ones that look like a character, that look like little dolls or something. My camera won't. I need to get a new lens for this one. Now that I know what good autofocus looks like, I need to get a new lens for this one. But I'm very much into the ones that look like little characters. I still need to bring the rest of my artisans here. I'm going to do that over the holidays when I get new stuff. When I bring stuff back, I'm going to do that. But these are my boyfriend's artisans. Hi, Lightning. How you doing? I love artisan keycaps. Who doesn't? I too very much love artisan keycaps, though I have put myself on a limit, and I am allowed to purchase exactly one per month. That's my personal limit for myself. Otherwise, I will just go ham, because that happened one month. I think my personal record is 5 artisans in 1 month, all shipped individually. Okay, because for some reason, I don't know if you guys knew the Korean artisan makers, which I'm very much into because they're super cute. They have like this artisan collective, and even when you pay to the same account, and they just do not offer bundled shipping. Even if you order from the same artisan maker and it takes a while for them to be made, they do not offer bundled shipping. So you have to pay shipping for each single one individually, and then you have to pay import taxes in my case for each single one individually as well. So I spent probably more than I'm proud to admit, and more than I should on those keycaps that month. That can get expensive fast. That is correct. For Lavender bee caps, for example, I love her keycaps as well. My brother was living in the US for a couple of years, so he was my proxy. I just ordered everything to him, and when he came to visit, he just like brought them over, and that's how I ended up with quite a few of Lavender bee caps artisans with no shipping, no taxes. That was my secret weapon. He has since moved back, so if any of you guys are visiting Germany in the near future, let me know so I can maybe use you as my proxy. And these are my boyfriend's artisans. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard, for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. But yeah, these are his. Most of them are from, what's he called again? Frumskis. Pretty much all of them are from Frumskis except these two. This is Gengar and this is Charizard. No, this is not Charizard. I don't know my English Pokemon names. Okay, it's not Charizard. Charizard is the end evolution thingy. This is, who's this? What's his name? What is his name? Charmander. It is Charmander. Thank you very much. It's Charmander. So these two were actually presents from friends. They went to a trip to Vietnam and got them as a souvenir for him, which was very nice because Gengar is his favorite Pokemon. So these are the two odd ones out. And it's even nicer because these are actual, like they're from legit keycap makers, respected keycap makers, and they just found them out there on the market. And we we would have assumed that they were like some kind of like from a small little artist or something who was just doing this as a hobby, but no, they're actually also licensed. They have the permission to use like the Pokemon trademark, and I thought that was pretty cool and very nice of them. And the rest of them are just from skis artisans, all of them, literally all of them. That's his entire collection, and it's all exclusively from skis. Some of them I gifted to him. I do not remember which one anymore because I have never watched Naruto. I know this one is from Demon Slayer. This one is Demon Slayer. This is from Kyu. But the rest, I don't know. I don't know. I've never watched Naruto. I have watched a little bit of One Piece. I watched a little bit of Bleach. I just gave up after some time because it's just too long. I have a very short attention span. Naruto's long and daunting and lots of fillers. That's exactly why I didn't watch it. That's exactly why I didn't watch it. So I don't know shit about whatever is on here. I just know it makes him happy. And yes, he has a type. He has a type, and his type is from skis. So these are all of his artisans in his little NRD nest that I got him too. And I have a matching one in pink that I'm going to be bringing back here when I go back for the holidays. Because in my opinion, my desk looks a little bit all over the place right now with like the trinkets I have. Because I didn't really bring a lot of stuff myself when I came here. A lot of this is from my boyfriend that he gave to me. And I want to bring more of my own stuff back again, like my artisan displays, and just swap it out with this one, with the KBD fans one I have here, and then I can maybe make my desk look a little bit more like me again. But yeah, lots of fillers. That's why I've never watched Naruto. I think I've watched like 2 or 3 episodes, maybe like out of context, and I just never got into it really. I did watch stuff like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. I watched the first, I don't know, 200 episodes of One Piece. I've watched the first 100 episodes of Bleach, but I've watched Inuyasha. I'm usually just not the biggest fan of super long animes. Only mainstream I committed to watching and caught up to so far is Bleach. Watch its fillers too? Damn, that's commitment. I would love to catch up on One Piece. I just don't think I have the time to catch up on One Piece. I'm struggling to even find time to game, to really get into gaming already. So I don't think I can. I don't think I can spend time on watching more animes. I used to be really into animes a few years back, and then I got into keyboards, and that's when I stopped watching. Mango tray when? I still need to get into contact with my friend. I do really want to bring out a mango tray, to be honest. Orange PC kind. Wouldn't that be nice? But because I like my artisans to be covered, so I kind of want to go for an artisan tray that can be covered if you want to protect your artisans from dust, but also I want it to be optional so you can display them out in the open if you want to. And my boyfriend is begging for a sip of my boba. And I talked to my friend about it, my friend who's in China, and he's a Switch and keycap designer, but he's currently very occupied with his own projects. That's why. Thank you very much. He has a second cup that he just got, so I'm stealing one sip of his too. Are you a multi-hobby type of person? I definitely am. And I had to cut back because in the new apartment. Thank you. In the new apartment, we just don't have as much space anymore. No space, no space at all. I have two Billy IKEA shelves here, and I am getting a third one, and even then, I think it's not enough space. We are going to set up two shelves in the basement too for my keyword stuff, and I'm still not having enough space, so I'm holding back on getting new keyword stuff. At least it's a good excuse to hold back on new keyword stuff. But my boyfriend is also into keywords, as you guys have seen from his, or as you guys maybe could tell from his artisan collection. So getting all of his keyword stuff and my keyword stuff stored somewhere is a challenge. What else are you guys into? We're really into cooking and eating. This doesn't take up as much space. Luckily, it just takes up a lot of money. We do have a huge fridge though. When we renovated the place, I told him I definitely want a huge fridge, and that's a non-negotiable for me. If we're gonna renovate the place, I want that fridge, and you have no say in this. Is huge for my standards, because in Germany it's very it's very not normal to have those huge fridges that you have in the US usually. It's usually just single door. One single door, that's the norm, even for bigger families. And we got like the double door thingy. So on the left side, it's the fridge. On the right side, like the freezer. And on the right side, it's the fridge. And that's my absolute dream, because now I can also do a lot of like meal prep. I can freeze dumplings comfortably. I just recently made some wontons. I also did a big batch of Chinese scallion pancakes that I have for breakfast every now and then. What else do we do? I did some spring rolls that I froze because I made a big batch. So I love big fridges. And that's another one of our hobbies. I wanted to start crocheting, but he vetoed that because he said we didn't have the space for it anymore. So no crocheting for me, but that one is also a hobby I can see myself getting into. I was really into books at some point. Crocheting doesn't take up any space. The crocheting itself does not, but the products do. Because where do I put all of this stuff that I'm crocheting? That's the issue that I have. Because even our closet, it's kind of exploding right now. We struggle with space everywhere. Everywhere. Gifts maybe once I get better at it. But yeah, my boyfriend is really into PC gaming. He's a big gamer, so that luckily doesn't take up as much space. Just a lot of money, especially now. He wanted to upgrade his PC. I've been urging him to upgrade forever, and with the move and renovations and stuff, it just kept postponing. And now it's just not a good time to update and to upgrade anymore. So I think he's going to be stuck with his PC, with his current PC for a while. Yeah, a very unfortunate timing to want to upgrade your PC. I'm very glad that I just recently upgraded. Now I kind of regret not going for like the best stuff I could have gone for. I ended up with the 4070 Super, and also with just DDR4 RAM sticks. Because back then I thought, I can just upgrade later if I want to. And now I regret not going for DDR5 and a 50 somewhat graphics card, because I don't think I will be upgrading anytime soon either. But who could have known? Are you gonna get a Samsung fridge with a huge ass screen that can play Clash Royale? That's a thing. But no, I don't think so. We even opted out of like the ice cube thingy. We even opted out of it just to have more freezer space, because we're not really into ice cubes anyway. That's why. Yeah, DDR5 RAM prices right now are just. I just saw a listing the other day for like 800 euros or so, and when I built my PC like half a year ago, was it what, 150 ish? Unfortunately, I am not made out of money. Unfortunately, I am not rich, so this is definitely off the table for the foreseeable future. No way to predict. Best time to upgrade is always now when you need it. Those are very, very wise words, and I wish I would have heard them about half a year ago. Are we all wishing to be made out of money? Exactly. I wish. There's a saying in Germany that's like, do I look like I'm shitting money? It's like, do I look like I have an endless supply of money? And then I always think, if I was able to shit out money, I don't think I would ever leave the toilet. But that's just me. Just chuck like a bottle of milk and call it a day. And then rent is taken care of. Net DDR5 is taken care of. No big deal. Gonna go do some chores. Have a fun rest of the stream. Thank you very much, Diego. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have fun with your Sunday chores. If I could shit out money, I wouldn't shit on the toilet. I'd shit in my room. I'm not sure about like the specifics of that saying. I'm not sure if not only money would come out of it, but also shit at the same time, or all of your shit would be replaced with money. But either way, maybe don't do it in your own room. Either way, possibly. Coming in late with the link you requested, but I was reminded with your artisan talk. Let me see. Oh, look at this. Wait, wrong window, I think. It's a dumpling. It's a dumpling on a steamer basket. That's so cute. That's so adorable. I love this. Is it like magnetic so you don't lose the dumpling itself? That's so cute. I love this. Thank you for sharing. That's one of the German quotes of all time. A lot of German quotes. I just talked to Shai today, and there's another German saying that's like, if you miss the obvious things, it's like you cannot see the forest because of all of the trees. And she was sending me a screenshot of a manga, I think, where she was like, that I did not know that was a German saying. Then again, I don't know if it's like originally German or it was just translated or something, but it's a very popular saying I've also heard quite a couple times. If my poop can retire me, then I probably would want to pay some respect to it. You get what I mean? And what, build like a golden toilet, possibly? Is that how you're gonna respect it? I mean, the toilet would be paying for itself, so. I like the artisans that have like magnetic parts, like the ones from Guys Machine. They have the magnetic tops that can be interchanged, and then there's another Korean artist maker. I forgot their name, but they usually release like their all of their colorways. They haven't made keycaps in a long time, but all of their like colorways came in 3 different characters. It was like animal characters, and then they had that top. It looked like melting ice cream on top, and that top part was magnetic and interchangeable, and I thought that was pretty cool. So you could get multiple ones and then do a mix and match, and just adding that degree of customization is something I enjoy. Unfortunately, I never got around to getting one of their keycaps because they stopped making keycaps before I got into artisans. So this is another regret. So just to prove Diego's point, the best time to buy is whenever you want to. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate and end up regretting it, like I did, like I've been doing. But yeah, my goal is to have one keycap from almost each artist maker at some point. Like almost all of the ones that I like, the cute ones. And I think there aren't a lot missing anymore. Like one of each character too. I think right now only Lavender B Caps is missing because she has been releasing new stuff. She has recently released like a dog character too. So I think only the frog is missing and then the dog. But yeah. Okay. Enough yapping. That's the board. That's the final product. I like it. I like it most with Pelican, and I actually do enjoy the foamy sound profile with the Arana Gold. Though I wish I could build. I'm gonna find that out in 2 weeks. I'm gonna find that out in 2 weeks, whether or not I can make this into a clacky board, because this board looks like it's supposed to be clacky. We have a lot of keyboard people online today. That's a new one. We usually don't have that. We could rate Phoebe, but she's just chatting. She's not building a keyboard, I think. We haven't rated Phoebe in a long time. The Adept is online, who's usually hanging out here, so maybe we can just, as a thank you, go raid him. We have Manu Keyboards, but he's streaming in Spanish. And then we have Jay, of course, because Jay's always online on Sundays. So he's rebuilding his Cloudline V2. Ooh, let's just go rate the Adept, because he's looking at the Work Louder creator board. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a new product from Work Louder. I'm like 50-50 about their stuff, but it's a macro pad. It's a macro pad which can boost productivity, possibly. I have been using mine for... I was supposed to use it for changing my scenes and stuff, but I have not. I tried for the first 2 streams or so, and then I just gave up. So I'm still using my mouse, but alas, there was an attempt. So let's go raid the Adept, say hi to him, and I will see you guys again next week. Probably on Friday. It will be only 1 stream next week because I'll be back home for the holidays. And I'm still thinking about what to do. Probably just showing off all of the stuff I'm going to be bringing back with me. And I'll be looking at this board in more detail in 2 weeks when I get back home. So we will just have a small pre-holiday stream on Friday. And I hope to see you guys then. I hope you enjoy my piss yellow board, which was supposed to be a juicy mango board, but I guess it's more piss yellow than it's juicy mango. And hope to see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great start into the week and have a lot of fun with the Adept. I will think about, give me like half an hour or so. If I'm not even wearing a watch. If I can muster myself up to game, I might come back with a gaming stream, but I'm not promising anything because this time I actually had dinner before stream. So if anything, maybe I'll be back in half an hour to an hour or so. Bye guys, see you next time. Bye.